Good morning, you guys. I wanted to get on kind of early because I have some things I got to get out and do. So I made my coffee. I need to be boiling my eggs so that I won't be stopping while I'm out working today. Y'all come into the room and get no junk. You know how that be. I want you to be tempted. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Put my eggs on. Start my protein. And start. I had to put my boiled eggs on, y'all, for my because I gotta go also in between working today to my exercise class. Shan in the bushes. Okay, I know it's early, but I wanted to get on early because I gotta get out. How is everyone doing? I wanted to talk about this Someone Backdoor young Dolph, okay? I wanted to talk about that. So I'm gonna let people start. We normally wait up to 5 minutes to give everybody the opportunity to start getting the notifications. Then we go in and then they have to catch up. Okay. I hope that you all have been going into the members, into the platinum, and getting the members videos. I am going to do of course, y'all know for the gold members, I do one live a month, of course, and share some exclusive video content with the gold, right? Well, no, I do one live a month with the gold. All of the exclusive goes into the platinum. And with the bronze is also just a part of the book club also, which is something probably around September when everything starts to calm down. Because I've been doing some training, been taking a court class and get ready to do some more training. Stop with the course system. So I kind of plus my doing my work. So I kind of been just really, really busy. But I took me a whole day yesterday because I was tired. And y'all, my body was so tired. I napped all through the day. That's how I know I was tired. I was actually supposed to be out on the case at 6:00 this morning, but I was so tired I overslept. So I'm gonna have to get out there a little later and just make sure that I'm up at 4:00 in the morning to be out there at 6. Anyways, that's the story of my life, child. But you have to make those sacrifices to be able to set up some stuff so that you will be okay later, right? And that's kind of what I'm doing. They stay up early. They get up real early. I don't know. I should have just got up with them because they get up real early to eat. Yeah, they get up real early because they're hungry early. They get up at about 5 or 6, whimpering so that they can eat. And after that, they go back to sleep. They fight and then they go back to sleep and then they be ready to. They're on a schedule. But I'm gonna put them in because they're not bad. But I'm definitely going to send them to an obedience school to include Remy. Remy, the main one, needs to go. She teaches them the bad habits. But they're so good. I promise you. Like, I don't care what, like, somebody could be like on the other side of the street in front of the house over across the street from my house. And they can hear them. They're gonna start bark like they can hear so good. Anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about this Someone Backdoor Young Dolph. I'm gonna tell y'all what made me, you hear people say it all the time, right? We be the sight dog be coming in here talking about the backdoor child. I've been trying to figure out what the backdoor is, okay? And so last night I just so happened to be looking at this Memphis rapper. He's deceased now. Unfortunately, he was taken out a couple years back, and he was given an interview. Okay, and this Memphis rapper was, of course, he was gang affiliated, and he was known to, um, he was definitely very very tight with Black Youngster, right? I was listening to him in an interview. And in the interview, he was saying that, yeah, long live Rich Lord. It was definitely Rich Lord. And in the interview, he was saying that, of course, he always talked about how Black Youngster was his brother. I like Rich Lord. Um, I think Rich Lord had the, um, I think he would have been bigger because I think Rich Lord has started waking up. And the reason I say that is because with Rich Lord, if you look at like some of his last posts on his Twitter page that was up, one of the last posts he posted was, "If you ain't calling me to eat, don't call me to beef with anyone." I think Rich Lord has started to catch on because they had started, the very people that he was going hard for had started to blackball him, right? And you're starting to hear a lot of stuff. And it's funny because one of my cousins in them, Rich Lord's brother is very tight with them, and he was kind of raised up. He was raised up around them, and and my cousin says that they was, some people was jealous of what he had going on, what he was trying to do. Anyways, I was listening to an interview that Rich Lord did, and this may not have any merit to it, but I don't know. I just kind of had an epiphany, right? And I was like, well, people are always saying, "Hey, holiday tracks, hey, everybody coming in." Folks are always talking about the back door. I have not heard that anyone, and I want to say this: when you talk about the back door, in no way, shape, or form do I ever believe that any of Young Dolph's artists or his business partner or his family backdoored him. Let me make that clear. I don't believe Daddy O did it. I don't believe that Key Glock or any of the rest of his artists did it. I don't believe that Mia J or his mama or his daddy or his brother did it. Let's just lay that all out there, okay? And so if anybody's ever expecting for me to come in here and dog out them, you're not going to get it. That's something you will not get. As a matter of fact, because I know that they didn't do it, and I look at them as also being victims uh, of because they love Young Dolph. I'm very protective of them in my chat. Okay, I'm very protective of them in my chat. Hey, Chat Town Finest. Okay, so I was listening to Rich Lord, and I was listening to when Rich Lord was, and I seen that, looked at that interview before, but it came up in on YouTube. I was on YouTube kind of surfing last night, and I was like, let me go and relook at this interview. It was an interview he did with Famous Animal, okay? And so I went and listened to it again, and he was talking about, I believe he was talking about Money Man. And in the video, I want to, I wish I could hold on. I want to pull it up, and I want you all to listen to now. Rich Lord was a was very close to Black Youngster. Okay, he was very close to that Black Youngster. He was very loyal to. I don't know. I think what Rich Lord started to get, from what I could see, frustrated because he was loyal to Black Youngster, and Black Youngster took on being very loyal to Gotti, who I'm told they blackballed Rich Lord, right? Anyways, Rich Lord was talking about in the interview when Money Man, okay, I guess that's I don't know where Money Man is from, Atlanta or somewhere, I don't know, was gonna come to Memphis, and Money Man had called the police or something on him. And so Rich Lord said something that kind of sent my antennas up. I'm trying to pull it up. And so I think what people should do is when they talk about the back door, okay, I don't even know if there was a back door because I was told that young Dolph was followed, okay? And you have to think about it. I also was told that, and I've said this many times before, that young Dolph, they would want to try to take him out that Monday. They had their eyes on him that Monday, and I'm told, and these was by credible people, that they didn't take him out that Monday because he had too many people around him. Now that's what I'm told. Okay, so when all that eliminates all that BS about kidnapping. Hold on, I want to pull up. Let's see, Rich Lord interview. Here it is right here, and Rich Lord kind of said something that kind of sent my antennas up. Okay, now remember, Vato had grown up or had. Okay, Chattown had grown up in Castelia, right? Hold on one second. Like I gotta kill somebody already, talking about how they pulled up 10 cars deep to her house. You know what I'm saying? So I tell her, get the ticket, my number. I don't know what this is it right here, you guys. My little nigga don't be doing so much shit. I'm thinking this is finna be some real shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of town though, man. The detective get on the phone talking about some money, man, bro. It's 10 police cars in my mama house. Can you hear me? That was the police officer telling you. Get on the phone talking about some money, man, shit, bro. Talking about is we supposed to be doing something we already know about the glizzy shit. That's what he said to me, man. Hell nah. Like, is it something what's going on with you and Money Man? I'm like, man, what you talking about? It's all over Facebook. You know, Money Man had jumped in my inbox on some bitch ass shit talking about, I heard y'all supposed to glizzy me when I come to town, you know what I'm saying? At the time, he was fucking with my little grape homeboy, you know, heavy cash guy, you know what I'm talking about, my little nigga them at the field, so, you know what I'm saying, man? But the detective was like, man, we can charge you with a felony for threats, because we know your threats credible. I'm like, man, I don't know what you talking about. I don't got nothing. I'm out of town right now. I ain't even gonna be there when he come in town. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that shit right there, it made me calm. You know what I'm saying? Them folk made me, them folk told me if I don't put a statement on Facebook saying ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Yeah, listen to what he's getting ready to say. Leave it up for 24 hours. Damn, so you had to do that. Yeah. Come on. So how long? So I wasn't even gonna go, but after that happened, you already know. Now listen to what he say. 60 deep, yeah, man. I followed the niggas from Castelia, Ghost Mall. Shout out to Big Bunny, man. Shout out to Trail, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Follow them ghosts out of Castelia, man. Got 20 of my travelers with me, man. Okay, so he said about 40 dudes about a Castelia. Y'all heard what he said, right? Okay. Now we know that Rich Lord was a loyalist and very close to Black Youngster. Everybody knew that. He called Black Youngster his brother, right? They said that I'm told supposedly when Black Youngster, he was I don't get into them gang politics because I don't really know anything about those gangs. But when Black Youngster was a vice lord or something, and then he switched over to being in another of blood or something. Rich Lord, and there were Vice Lords, and I'm told that Rich Lord, because of his relationship with Black Youngster and how he felt about Black Youngster, he kept the Vice Lords off of him, right? But the key thing is, he says that when they went to the club, right, when Money Man had, reached out to the police and he called him a rat, and this and that, he says that he made sure that when Money Man came to Memphis to perform, he got about 60 dudes, I guess, to intimidate him, to make sure that they showed up at the club. And he said, shout out to my niggas from Castelia. Now, so when you talk about the backdoor, and I'm not saying that Castelia, see, but that's how you have to decipher. When people say, well, uh, um, um, Snoop Bands and them from Castelia, from Magnolia, or whatever, around that area, they all backdoor him. Now you have to be able to decipher that, right? Even though young Dolph had grown up in Castelia, Vato grew up in Castelia, so I'm sure he got family and friends over there. That's the area that young Dolph was riding around. And you heard Rich Lord say, who was a loyalist of Black Youngster and had a heavy affiliation with CMG at that time, being their security, because I'm told Gotti would call him to keep the folks off his ass, right? He said he got about 40 folks deep. Now, I'm not saying that those people were the ones that backdoored young Dolph, but I'm saying, anybody could have easily called and said, especially if they have a strong affiliation with Rich Lord, they probably, somebody may have had I'm sure, an affiliation with Black Youngster, and definitely Vato, because Vato was raised up in Castelia. That's what I'm saying. And it goes back to what my ex-boyfriend had said, a guy that I used to go with, and he is a rapper, right? And he had said he had never said anything about that situation with young Dolph. He's very quiet and sneaky, oh bitch. But he did say this, okay? He said, baby, have you ever thought about why Black Youngster was able to go into Castelia? There was supposed to be some repercussions when he went over there disrespecting that hood. Have you ever thought about that? Because you seem to be radical, but you don't really know the streets like that. He wasn't supposed to be able to go over there and leave. And even if he left, there was supposed to be some retaliation. He said, that's going over your head, so I don't even want to get into it, because I just went, he was like, okay, that's going over your head, but that wasn't supposed to be able to happen. So you need to think that thing out. Now, so when I was listening to Rich Lord last night, and he was talking about he got 40 dudes from over in around the Castelia area, right, that was riding deep with him, and Rich Lord was a loyalist of Black Youngster. I go, okay, well, we know that young Dolph was riding around that area, and so folks were saying, because that was where he lived at, right? Okay, they had their eyes on him that Monday. So maybe um we know Orange Mound is like they say, the back door to Castelia. It's maybe a street over. Airways might separate. It's probably about 5 minutes from each other or less, right? So did somebody from around that area make a call and say, listen, he back in the area, because they had their eyes on him that Monday. They just didn't want to get their ass towed out the frame, right? He had too many people from Castelia around him. So we already know everybody from Castelia didn't set him up, because if that's the case, they would have came over into Castelia that Monday or wherever he was and tried to do something to him, but they was too scared to bust in, right? Okay. Chattown says, no disrespect, that's true, but Black youngsters shouldn't been allowed to do that. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, but you know, I don't know, cause I don't know what happened that day. All I know is he was out there. It didn't look like it was a whole lot of people out there. We definitely didn't see Snoop Bands or anybody, Woo or any of them out there. So, I don't know, Chat Town. I don't know. But anyways, but when you start thinking about, I think people need to be specific. When you start thinking about, it kind of something just kind of came on in my head, and I was like, okay, Rich Lord was like he could call 40 people from out of Castelia, and Rich Lord was a black youngster loyalist and security or something like that at that time, and that was around the time that they was consistently hitting that Dolph, right? So when people go, well, there was a war going on. I don't know. He said he called 40 people, and they was able to. I know, we up early with it. That's because when I was looking at something last night, even though I had looked at the video a couple times, I just kind of had an epiphany. I was like, wow, Rich Lord was like, he was able to call about 40 dudes from Castelia and get them to ride deep with him. And I'm not saying just because they was a Rich Lord, they was on the same thing as youngster was on. But hey, when you start talking about a back door, and I don't know if that was a back door, I got to thinking about maybe that's where it lies, because people will drop your location, right? People will drop your location. And so then he also said, my ex also had said, he was like, he was like, baby, you have to think about now. Young Dolph was riding around that area that he had grown up in. He was in $100,000 cars. He said, you don't really understand that. People in their mindset, your mindset is different. In their mindset, they thinking, because some people's mindset is so small, they thinking he trying to flex on us. He said, you don't know that, but that's how people with small minds kind of think. And so I wasn't able to digest that. I was like, why would somebody even want to, he grew up, no, it ain't blah blah blah, how we go. But I kind of thought about that last night. Okay. When Rich Lord was like, he was able to call 40 dudes from Castelia and ride with him on Money Man, right? And like I said, when people get to talking about what somebody had dropped and did his location, it don't have to be, because Castelia is a neighborhood, right? Just like Orange Mound is a neighborhood, and everybody in Memphis knows each other basically. Okay. So it could have been, because I got to thinking about, okay, they was in behind him on that Monday, but they was such cowards that it was ridiculous, because they didn't want to mess with him because he had too many people around him. Right. So evidently he had some loyal people around him. And those would have to have been the people that he trusted. They knew not to try to do anything to him because they knew they was gonna have to die. Okay. They knew they was gonna have to die. And he was hanging around Castelia. They didn't come up in, they dare not come up in Castelia to bust at him because they knew they was gonna have to die. So that means that he did have people that loved him and was loyal to him in Castelia. But when you start thinking about what Rich Lord said, he was able to go get 40 dudes, and folks keep saying, well, somebody had dropped his location. Well, you think about, I started thinking about that. And I'm not saying that group of dudes did it, because he said their names. Don't be coming into my chat with, we ain't set up no young dog. Leave me alone. Okay. I'm just saying, okay, could somebody, it would have been, I guess at this point, it's not that far fetched. Okay. Being that you have people that lived in Castelia that definitely had close relationships with enemies of Dolph. That's how I put that, right. We know that Vato grew up in Castelia, so he would have people over there. Young Dolph riding around his hood. I mean, it's easy to it would have, he was riding around in his army cars, right? So it would have been, it wouldn't have been hard for somebody to make a phone call and say he's back in the hood. Okay. So when people get to talking about, Track says, so what about CMG pre Big Unc? Its main who been both sides. Who is what you mean CMG pre Big Unc? It's so many big unks. It's ridiculous because they call Kiwan Unc Big Unc, right? They call Little Migo's manager, who is his real uncle, Big Unc. They call CMG they call the young man that's with pre Big Unc. So which Big Unc you talking about, love? It's too many of them. Ken says people would say anything to get attention. Like who would say anything to get attention? Big Mo says, good morning, Miss T. That's crazy that your op stays in your hood. Somebody had to say something, plus they seen his car too. Antico says, this makes so much sense now. Rich Lord gets taken out and then Dolph. Chattown says he was asked to bring one of his camouflage so they'll know it's him. Track says Big Unc was CMG before he was pre. I don't know, Chattown. I never heard that. I don't know though. I never heard that. Antico says sounds like someone was scared of the power they had. Well, I think Rich Lord was trying to be more innovative, and I think when Rich Lord started to see that some other people that he was protecting was trying to keep him out of the industry, and then Rich Lord was highly intelligent. He had started, they was networking and stuff. I like what Rich Lord was trying to do. I think he had started getting to a point now because he was very smart. Rich Lord got a full scholarship to Christian Brothers. Everybody can't get up in there. So the dude was very smart. He taught himself Arabic or Arabic or whatever. He was highly intelligent. It's just unfortunate that Rich Lord grew up around the Tulane area, which is where my cousins and them grew up around. And I remember when I called my cousin and when I saw some posts where they had been communicating, I called him. I was like, Richie, did you know Rich Lord? He was like, yeah, I raised him. You know his brother, such and such. I said, they be at the house all the time? Yeah. I was like, wow. I knew then because they some real hardcore street dudes. I knew at that point, being pulled in between that, trying to do good and evil. I kind of hate that. But when he said that, I just kind of had an epiphany. My cousin's such a street dude. When I'm his damn cousin, and when I was trying to ask him about it, he wouldn't say much about it, other than I don't know, cause I think some of the dudes that was around him was jealous of him. That's it. And then I started asking questions, and he wouldn't say nothing else. Someone from a radio station, if my memory is correct, the Fed's about to put everyone behind bars. I don't think any in Dolph Hood did anything. Lee says you see the video where youngster homeboy said he lived in Castelia for 2 years. Great Face, I'm glad you caught that. I don't want King Deshaun. I heard they too. I'm missing some comments. T, do you think they call B M too? Who is BM? Who is BM, y'all? Y'all, the Fed's about to put everyone behind bars. Someone from a radio station, if my memory serves me correct. Hey, Big Mo. Exactly, between him and Dolph, they had the city on lock. Yeah. Dolph was really moving forward. And then you have to think about with young Dolph. Young Dolph was doing something that he was doing something that I believe that some of the other artists wish that they had done, but they had already taken those deals. Instead of getting with him and seeing what they could do to try to get out of them sharky deals, they rather had taken him out. First of all, I mean, I would never have expected for Young Dolph and Yo Gotti and his people to ever be cool again, especially after shots was fired. That would have been insanity. Okay, when people say, "Well, how come they just couldn't make up?" Who gonna make up with somebody that's had a pattern of trying to kill him? The man wasn't crazy. Folks would have been saying something was wrong with Young Dolph had he done that. I'd have been mad at Gotti's them asses too. Because you gone too far when you consistently trying to kill somebody. They could have did anything, but that Gotti and them supposed to be quick on their feet. You make Young Dolph was making money. What they should have did when they got a diss, they should have been, instead of, they had Black Youngster doing it. It was supposed to stay on the record. It was never supposed to be what it was, and they know that. Big Motor. Don't be surprised. Most of the time, it's someone that's right up under you. Rich Lord had the street side. Dolph had the business landline up. If they got cool, then they would have rocked him to sleep. Who is BM? Are you talking about Big Motor? Okay. So I think that people should be specific when they say that there was a back door, because I know some folks say it for views, okay, but in no way, shape, or form do I ever, and will you ever hear me say, Brandon? Okay. Oh. Antico says, has the business locked up. Sorry, working and typing. Big Mo says Doc was a made millionaire, and the higher ups didn't like that because they couldn't get some of his money. You see who's Gotti's is hiding behind a billionaire. Absolutely. They don't feel like you're supposed to be rich unless you're right, unless they're getting some of your money. And that was not happening with Dolph. Instead of Gotti and them trying to get on this level, they was jealous, and they participated in the energy of wanting to see this young man taken out. But that was, my antennas kind of went up when he said that. It made me think back to what the guy who I used to date has said, right? As it relates to why was Black Youngster and them able to go over there and do that? And yeah, okay. And I already know, it's almost like when I say something, people will take it and dissect it, and they want to twist everything. In no way, shape, or form have I ever said or do I believe that Key Glock, Big Moochie Grape, Snoop Bands, Woo, any of them, okay, Mia J, Marcus, his parents, because folks didn't even blame his parents for what happened to him, Daddy O, I don't believe any of them participated in setting him up. You will never hear me say it. Okay, I don't believe it. Dolph was a made millionaire. It says the problem today is people trying to make a name for themselves. I'm a killer, and that's nothing to be happy or brag about. You absolutely right. ZK says, and they want to act like you're saying something wrong. Right. And so they'll take it and twist it. They're saying it was a back door. Listen, I don't know if there was a back door, but what I'm saying is, because these guys kind of intertwined quite a bit. It would have been easy for somebody to drop his location. So when people get to talking about how folks know, how did the cookie shop know? I was told that he was followed. See, that would make more sense to me, but because they was in behind him before he got to the damn cookie shop. See, that's what people seem to miss, but I guess folks are just committed to misunderstanding me. I told y'all that I was told that they was in behind that boy before he got to the damn cookie shop. So, when people say, well, he went into the cookie shop, somebody called him. I told you motherfuckers that, excuse my French, that I was told that they was following him before he got there. That's the type of stuff that makes me mad. So that would make more sense if that happened. But they was yet and still, if it didn't happen, they was already had decided that was going to be the time that they took him out. They all, Castelia and Orange Mound is the same area. If someone set him up, they would have already come out. You see how fast they arrested the entire crew on Fulio shooting, right? Right, that's true. Cornelius would have been told that, and some of the rest of them, they would have been told it. You think they'll tell on themselves and not the people who dropped the location? I don't know though, y'all, because I'm thinking about what somebody told me. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of making sense. I don't know, y'all, because somebody had told me that supposed Cornelius had said, all he know is they asked him, you want to make some money, you want to make some quick money or something like that. I don't know, but like I'm saying, because I have so much stuff going through my head, people tell me so much, I forget what they tell me. Because some stuff I dare not say, some stuff I don't be knowing, and then some stuff, I forget. And Tico says they would have pulled that information from a cell phone. They sure would have, because they did pull the cell phone transcripts. You're absolutely right. Chattown Finest said, just my opinion, I feel like they thought it would have been over and they'll be free. They were still using the gun they killed Dolph with. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the case in Covington. It's going to be interesting to see who the person is that was actually in the car with Trayon, because they have not said who it was. They just said the person was on the run, and they haven't given the person's name, nor have they given the person's, because that would means that the person is a fugitive. So, we need to be on the lookout for a fugitive. They never gave the person's name. They never gave the person's picture. So who was it? Somebody told me who it was. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody told me who was in the car with Trayon. It makes you wonder why they have not said who it was. I feel like they thought it would have been over with. So, did someone backdoor him? And I probably shouldn't have put backdoor. I probably would change it. Did someone because see, backdoor would be somebody who was in his inner circle. And I don't think anyone in his inner circle did it. I'm just saying that there was plenty of opportunity for folks on the outer circle that may have been able to look at him. You know, they see him riding around the neighborhood or whatever. Oh, there he go. Let me call such and such. It don't mean that they was in the inner circle. It just means that they lived in the area. Great Face says, I believe Straight Drop was recruited by Straight Drop Teasy because Cornelius had to call Straight Drop in order to get in touch with Unc about his money. You believe that Cornelius was recruited by Straight Drop or Teasy because Cornelius had to write. Cornelius didn't have direct contact with the people that helped to orchestrate this. You're right. Okay, I told y'all somebody told me. I don't know if I did. I put that in the members because there's some stuff I put in the members. I don't be wanting to put. I put what they say Cornelius said in the members. I feel the feds would have known if Dolph location was dropped. The cloud never forgets. Great Face says, I believe Cornelius was recruited by Straight Drop. Well, Cornelius lived around that area. And what people need to understand is when they say, well, there ain't no proof, there ain't no pictures of Cornelius. Cornelius lived in that damn area. Cornelius was 10 years older than Straight Drop them. He was way more, he had more experience. He's an experienced criminal. If people were is committed to robbing folks, they doing robbery and burglaries and stuff, which is what he was doing, they'll do anything. Okay. But when Rich Lord, when I went back and listened to that, so many speculations, just like the streets, when the first person says something, by the time it reaches 50 people, there will be so many twists and turns. Time may tell it all. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true in a lot of instances. You're right, Chattown. So who was it that was with Trayon? That right there is interesting. What about Shondell Barnett? Is he clear or facing charges too? I can't see how he'll be clear. I can't see it. I think, did I talk about that? Yeah, I talked about that the other day. Um I can't see how he will be clear because there's no resolve as it relates to those charges that he had. I mean, it says he has they retracted the warrant, but there's still no resolve. It didn't say that it was his charges were discarded or anything like that. I mean, it's just there, which is weird. I'm listening and working. Please, smash. Thank you. You all make sure y'all hit the like button. I'm glad you agree. I'm just kicking facts. Teasy was with Trayon. You think it was Teasy? You think it was him? Or maybe it was somebody else. It was definitely somebody else from Trula, but was it Teasy? Um, I don't know. Maybe it was. Tamara, according to another YouTuber CEO, Teddy was the other shooter. I don't know if he was or not. I wasn't told that Teasy was the one that was with him. He could have been, but I wasn't told that he was. Teasy was out, he'd have been in jail. He'd have been in jail. Just ask yourself how the gun that killed Dolph killed someone in Covington 1 week prior, yet he gets arrested with the same gun after Dolph was taken out. Hmm. So, and I'm not trying to say anything about, um Castelia. Please don't think that, right? But I just felt like that was interesting. And and see, it's really, I don't know. You have to think about when you say the name of a neighborhood. I think some people feel like you're talking about everybody within their neighborhood. That's not true. I just thought about Rich Lord, who was a loyalist of, when I was listening to that, a loyalist of Black Youngster. Was like he was able to reach out to 40 people, and Rich Lord was around, and I'm not saying that he participated in that. When Black Youngster in them was constantly trying to take young Dolph out. Even around that time, that's around the time that stuff happened with Money Man and all of them. He was able to reach out to, he said, 40 people from around. He had people around Castelia that was loyal to him. Okay. Wasn't nothing passed around but cars. Ken says, I believe Barnett will turn state witness. Hmm. Okay. Mm, maybe. I don't know. Teaser said he needed a new white Corvette. Yeah, it's sad that all of them messed their lives up. I think about Teasy is no longer here. Teasy, I hate that happened to Teasy. Teasy was a handsome young man. He had children and stuff. I hate that happened to him. I hate that happened to Juk. Juk got kids. I definitely hate that happened to young Dolph, because I'm gonna say this. The only thing that young Dolph was guilty of was being successful. And that's what makes my heart really bleed for him. The only thing that young Dolph was guilty of was being successful. If you talk to any police officer that knows the ins and out of the case, if you know any, they'll tell you that it was basically jealousy. And I think that's one of the reasons why. And you see that spewed out even on here. That's one of the reasons why I try to drive it. I say, some of you bitches that's talking about you want justice for Dolph, you bitches just like the ones that took him out. You motherfuckers is jealous. Look at the shit they do. You scum of the earth, just like the ones that set him up and took him out because he was great. You got the same type of mentality. That's how you know they don't really want no justice for him. You motherfuckers just want money, and you'll do anything for it instead of getting up off your ass and getting some motion going. For real. Kenneth says, Tamara, speaking of Teasy, what's in his phone? I'm sure the record's right. Teasy, I was told, and I spoke about this, and this one, them credible sources that everybody be talking about, I don't have, but you can't stop them bitches from regurgitating my information. Them credible sources that know said that Chief Davis, no chief has ever pulled up on a scene of a crime, not unless it's a police officer. Not unless it's a man down, and the man down is a police officer. But she pulled up on that scene, and I'm told with two blacked out cars, and so you already know that was FBI agents. And they took his two phones and his watch. They didn't even trust the crime scene officers to tag it and take it to the property room. I'm sure she wanted to give it to the federal. Listen, somebody came into my chat and was like, this ain't no federal. The feds ain't involved. Didn't y'all hear Chief Davis say herself, I and our federal entities? Then y'all hear, I've said from the very beginning that the FBI would get involved, even if it's not a federal case, if the local agency asks them to get involved and help them. I always said that I felt like Chief Davis was smart in doing that. Most local agencies don't want the FBI involved if it's not federal, because they got this situation going on where they don't want the FBI to solve their cases. You got all of that. What's the word that I'm looking for? testosterone going on. We don't need the FBI. We could solve our own situation. But Chief Davis was smart enough to understand you ask the FBI to get involved, in which they have an obligation if the local agency asks them to get involved, because with the federal entities, the money is unlimited and resources. That's a smart thing to do. She said it herself. So how folks gonna get on here and talk about the FBI ain't involved when she said it herself? Y'all run the likes up. They saying we only got 60 likes. Y'all run the likes up for me. Y'all run the likes all the way up. It's 156 people in here. We only got 60 likes. Hit the like button. Take your finger or take your mouse and hit the like button. She got them involved. 2 days after the assassination of young Dolph, and that was a smart thing to do. Hey, I got a lot of people that I've worked with MPD when I worked over on that side that I'm still cool with. Hey, real cool people, but I'm going to be honest. I don't believe that they would have over 1 million pages worth of evidence if the federal entities were not involved. You're talking about higher intelligence and unlimited resources, which means they can't run out of money. So when people say, they saw Snoop Bands and Woo on the crime scene, I mean, after Young Dolph was taken out, they was right around the corner. Those are his artists. You think that they're not going to go up there to see what's going on? Young Dolph's mom and dad went up there too. I'm told that they was up there too. If your boss and your loved one was just taken out, if Young Dolph had been related to me, I'd have been on the scene too. You have folks that weren't even related to him on the scene. You couldn't even get around airways, and you think his people weren't gonna go up there? They can't go up there without folks saying that they involved. And people believe that craziness. What's the guy name who said Dolph asked to buy or be partners in Empire? Then he said Dolph said he had too much paper. I don't know. Nobody has heard from that guy since Chat Town. I think I know who you're talking about. A little light skinned guy who said that when Dolph was first assassinated, he said something about Dolph said they got to get rid of me. Was he even a paper route artist? It wasn't proven that he was. I don't even remember his name. Was it Jory? What's his name? Jory or something? I don't remember. Nobody has seen him since. People got too much time on their hand. I think his name was Jory or something. I can't remember his name, but I think they said his name was Jory or something, but nobody has seen him since. Yeah, you could see Paper Route Wu behind Jeremy Pierre. Oh, okay. Alabama Hill says his name is Tajari. Is that Tajarhi? Tajarhi? Yeah, those young men were extremely sad, and you could tell that they were. And you had the people that did it sitting up talking about they smoking on a Dolph pack, gloating. You had Yo Gotti consistently saying, see, they've scrubbed a lot of stuff. People forget. And then there are people on here to try to make you forget. Okay, because they're hired medias or whatever, social media people to try and put out narratives, and they make these fake ass pages and put out. I would be skeptical of any page that accuse everybody except for anybody around CMG. I would be skeptical of any page because that's the obvious. If they don't bring up when they try to take him out in LA, when they try to take him out in North Carolina, if they don't bring up when they was trolling him, if they don't bring up what Black Youngster and them did and said, if they don't bring them up out, that's not even a credible vlog. But I digress. People can believe in whatever they want to. Megan Amos says probably somebody Dolph and them came across. Yeah, a lot of them seemed shocked, just like everybody else was shocked. So when they say, well, Snoop Bands and Wu was on the scene, it was a whole lot of people on the scene. His cousins and them was on the scene, and his daddy and them was up there too. If it had been my loved one, my boss, or anybody, I'd have drove my ass up there too. And I'm in Memphis. I'd have been standing up there too, trying to figure out what the hell going on here. Trying to get to the police, trying to see what was really going on. I would have been skeptical about somebody who was in the Memphis area and didn't do it. Okay, it's pronounced Jari. Okay, Jari. ZK, I think I saw it on live as well. I know I saw it in 2, 3 different ones. Hold on, you guys. Anyways, y'all. Yeah, how many likes do we have? We still don't have what we should have. Y'all run the likes up. Y'all hit the like button and run the likes up. We need 30 more likes. It's almost 200 people in here, and we only got the few likes that we got. Take your finger and hit the like button. We're really supposed to have 100 more likes. As a matter of fact, we need 100 more likes. So if it's 176 people in here, we only got 80 likes. That means we got almost just 100 people just in here, just looking and don't want to hit the like button. It's free. That's right. Thank you, Tambora. If anyone from Pre wasn't there, then they would have said that they had, right. If they didn't go up there, they would have said that they had something to do with it. So Chat Finance, how many times have you missed a call? Right. I'm gonna tell y'all something. As it relates to Snoop Bands, if my memory serves me correctly, Snoop Bands had said that he and Dolph were supposed to do a a video or something. So if I know we're supposed to do a video and I'm supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, I do it all the time. If I'm running behind and I know I'm supposed to be there and I'm doing something and they start calling me, I go, I already know what they're calling me for. I don't even want to answer the phone. I'm not gonna answer the phone, or I'll miss this call or whatever. Sometimes you can be doing something else. My mother was calling me yesterday. That's my mama. And I was on the other end of a business call, and I couldn't answer her right then. I started calling her back. She wouldn't answer the phone. When she did, she said, "You saw me calling you. That's why I didn't answer you." I said I was talking some business. So you're right, Gray Face. How many times do we miss calls? Why Snoop Bands? Because he missed that call and the ultimate happened. We got to be accusatory. So I guess nobody has ever missed a phone call a day in their life. So if I had missed that phone call and something happened to my mother, they would have been saying I was involved because I was talking business on the other end. I knew I could call my mother back. Yeah, she was mad. And if he was involved, he never would even put that out. He didn't even have to make that post. Like I said, it wasn't known to be important at the time. Gotta take Snoop for his words. If the razor on your head, you ain't moving. What's up? Rest in peace, young dog. Chattown Finance says, I'm just saying, I didn't say he pulled the trigger. And got it block hard was making Snoop Bands. Right. For some reason, Gotti, it seemed like he act like he's scared of Snoop Bands. Like he sit up and call him a local, but he felt the need to be consistently addressing him. No one knows the ins and outs that damn as to why people didn't pick up. I hate that people convince. But what if he had picked up? If he had picked up, folks would have been saying then Snoop Bands was the last person he talked to. He was getting his location so he could line him up. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. What case they got Snoop fighting? I know his Instagram page is not up anymore. Let me see how many likes we got. That's true. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Rest in peace, Young Dolph says they still don't know what they're talking about because Dolph still had a last call. What about that person? Right, because the young lady said that his phone rang and he stepped to the window to take the call. He stepped to the window to make the call. I mean, to take the call. Miss T, you know they can't fool us, and they hate it. Yeah, because I know exactly where it came from. I know exactly where his hit came from. DJ says, why we haven't seen anything other than the grimy pictures? Well, DJ, let me say this. I feel like, there's a reason for that. Well, I know there's a reason for it because I don't know if you're from Memphis. I doubt it. You're probably from Texas. Hold on. Okay, you're from Ohio. So if you the area that young Dolph was taken out in, that's a very congested and busy area. I feel like they only showed some of what was on the picture. I've said this a lot of times. As to crop out any witnesses. We saw how vicious these folks was in trying to, they put their bloggers on here trying to find witnesses so that they can intimidate them or take them out, right? We saw that happen. I mean, people say they want to see video of him going into the cookie shop. All of that'll be shown in court. What if somebody was standing out there, as it always is when he was going into the cookie shop, and can be a witness? Do you all want that person to be intimidated? Rest in peace, Young Dolph says they still ain't saying no who backdoored Dolph. All these folks was just at Glock party, down to Glock mama, who loved, she would have never wanted to be around any of them. They had them, they not involved. BEO was there too. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. If y'all want to start calling in, I'll take some calls. The number is up there on the screen. It's a gas station on the corner and a Church's Chicken. It's very congested. Absolutely, it's very congested. So when they don't show certain things, they didn't show the other car that was on the lot. They didn't show that either. So it's always for a reason. So what people have to understand is they're not going to present a case to the public before the trial. All of that stuff starts to come out at the trial. And me, myself, I think they've done a fine job of making sure that the witnesses were protected. I feel you. And there's another clip showing him getting one and see at his phone when it's about cheddar, I'm not missing a call unless I'm asleep or just passing up. DJ says, I'm very tapped in on Memphis. I'm very close to the source. But yes, I'm from Cincinnati and agree with rest in peace, young Dolph. Okay. You all make sure y'all hit the like button. If y'all want to start calling in, y'all can start calling in. The number is 615-854-7509. And I'm doing a recap. I'm getting ready to do a recap of why I decided to do this topic. Like I said, we always hear that there was a back door. And I think I've been very vocal about, because not one time, you guys, not one time, and I would have been honest with you all, have I ever heard that young Dolph's people set him up by anybody. Nobody in Memphis that I know of has ever even, there have not even been rumors about that. Okay, only on the internet. So, hold on one second. I got my phone way over here. Hey, thanks for calling Real Talk with Tamara.
How you doing? This is Antico.
Hey, Antico, what's going on?
Man, I was like, let me call in because my text was all over, my typing was all over the place this morning. Great topic. Great insight also. So you always do an amazing job. But I was just calling. I just wanted to share that I thought it was very interesting. Once you piece all that together, that RICO got taken out. And then when he was like, yeah, I brought 40 guys to the club from Congestion. And then once you said he's from Tulane, I'm like, man, they had the whole city on lock everywhere except North Memphis.
Right.
That was the case. And then when, he was taken out, then you look at Dolph being taken out. So to me, it sounds like a power. I don't think anybody set Dolph up. Like, I don't think anybody backdoored him or somebody from Congestion called. I think they just set on that area. Memphis, Congestion is not that big. So
yeah.
Drive around and figure that out. So that's, or you could be on the highway. They can have two people on the highway, and looking for a car.
Yeah, I mean, they knew at that particular week or whatever that I think that was already planned to make sure that they took him out that week.
Yeah. It's not hard to spot anybody in Memphis, that's for sure.
No, it's definitely not hard to spot anyone in Memphis. It's not. And Castelia and Orange Mound really could be the same neighborhoods, but I think it's separated by airways. I believe airways separates it. No, you go down airways and then Castelia is on around. You go that light, you start that it's on around. But it's definitely no, I mean, when you're in Castelia, you basically still in the same neighborhood as Orange Mound, almost basically.
Yeah, I'll just go a step deeper. It's separated by what high school? Melrose.
Yeah, Melrose, yeah.
Yes, if you went to Hamilton, they probably like Castelia. You went to Melrose, they probably like Orange Mound. But other than that, it's really not,
And you know what's so weird is that Melrose would be closer to Castelia than really Hamilton, because Hamilton is further south Memphis.
Yeah, I just knew that Dolph went to Hamilton, so that's the only reason why I even said Hamilton. Then I knew Coach A, the basketball coach there. But other than that, he lived in Whitehaven. Coach A did. He didn't even live, over in that area. He actually lived in the same neighborhood I did when he married Todd Dave's mama. They married when Todd was older. And then Todd ended up leaving Kirby and going to Hamilton. That's how he ended up in Hamilton, because his mom, married Coach A. So that only made sense. But no, I just want to call in and just kind of get that insight. And man, this thing is heating up. I ain't never seen a case like this.
It definitely is going to be bigger than OJ's case because of all the dynamics, all of the names. I think what draws people to it is the names that have been brought up. I'm talking about as far as like celebrities and having a lot of speculation, but when it's really just laid out. And even like folks think that when straight drop trial comes and goes, nobody really knows what's going to happen with that. If there's going to be one that is over, it's still not going to be over for a while.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, I've never seen a case that is still so much evidence, so many more potential arrests to come. I've never seen a case like in my lifetime. I've never seen anything like this where, you know, if that guy that, I can't remember the guy they said got picked up, if that really did happen, the case where they killed the lady and not Riley, but that mom that they killed, shooting in the car, you know, 5 days before they killed Dolph. I can't even remember the name.
Down in Covington.
Yeah,
Miss Anita.
They haven't even talked about that.
No, they haven't.
Like, you know,
they haven't even talked about the person. They said it was 2 people in the car, and they got one, which is Trayon, and then they said, and people don't think about that, the other person is on the run, but they didn't. When a person is on the run, you always put their picture out so you can be on the lookout for them, right? They didn't name who the person was, nor who they said. Who, you know, they didn't name the person, nor did they put up a picture of who the person is.
And I don't know why anybody questioned the feds. Like, for one, it was a switch used in the murder, so the feds come for that. The second thing, Straight Drop was arrested across state lines. The feds come in for that. Memphis don't even have to ask them. They come in for that.
Absolutely.
And then it was paid for hire.
It was a murder for hire. Money was given across state lines. We do know that Straight Drop was traveling, hiding, and collecting, you know, money and stuff. So that we do know that automatically brings them in.
Yeah, so it's so I've never seen anything like, once this case takes place, what's going to come following this case. Like, I don't even think this case is big, but or what's going to happen in September is big, but I think what's going to happen after is going to even be bigger.
It's going to be even be bigger. That you're so right. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I pray for my city. That's all I can tell you. I love Memphis.
So let me ask you something. Do you think that as Captain Cobb, were you in here when Captain Cobb was on here? He was he didn't want to talk about it, but the only thing he said was that, you know, I think more bodies was gonna drop. Do you think that's gonna happen when this case starts?
I don't know about the bodies, because I think what you see with them making the sweeps and doing everything they're doing, and I know for a fact they want to clean Memphis up. So if these people do get out that they did the sweep on, if they do something, they ain't getting out ever again. So I think strategically, the way Memphis is setting this up, I think it's going to be so much police presence. And I'm not just talking about the city. I'm not talking about Shelby County. I think they're going to have all kind of undercover offices, the feds. They're going to be everywhere. Mm-hmm. And if somebody try anything, it's going to be a wrap for that individual or for that group, or it might tie RICOs together, or they might be used in RICOs. But I think Memphis is a lot smarter. And look at when they're doing the trial. It's very strategic, right? Mm-hmm. It's after the summertime. Mm-hmm. So yeah. They got 6 months. You know, they weren't going to do it during Memphis in May. They weren't going to do it, you know, July, you know, mess up anything around Bill Street. They doing it right in September when we get kind of wrapped up into football. Everybody's focused on football in Memphis. And
the weather starts to change and all of that. People start staying in a little more.
Yeah. So I think if they think the city is sleeping, I definitely don't think the city is sleeping, but I was listening to the OG Who Dirty interview, and when he said he brought 100 guys to Atlanta when he went to meet Akon, and then when I heard you talk about Rich Lord, brought 40 people to that club. I'm like, it makes so much sense now why they wanted to kill him. Rich Lord and kill Dolph. I'm not saying
yeah, Rich Lord was starting. I think they felt like, they got intimidated by him because he had the personality. First of all, he was highly intelligent, so he knew how to get people to lead, right? He had a charismatic personality, and then he was highly intelligent. So a lot of people wanted to follow him, right? I think what ended up happening was, before you know it, you had a lot of young dudes that was following his lead. And I don't think, even though folks wanted him to protect them, I think there was a fear there. They felt like he had gotten too big.
Yep, and he was aligned with Dolph. So if he was talking about Cascadia, then obviously he was aligned with Dolph, but you already knew what Dolph stood. And then when OG Blue Dirty said 100 guys to Atlanta, I'm like, oh my God, like that's a lot of power in the city.
I don't know if Rich Lord was aligned with Dolph, because I know he was very close with Black Youngster. He was known to be around CMG, and the rumor was Black Youngster was allegedly supposed to sign him because that's who he was tight with. But when that stuff happened with Shy Glissy, it is alleged that Yo Gotti and them started to blackball him because of what happened to Shy Glissy, even though Rich Lord was not the one. It's weird how that happened, because Rich Lord was tall and handsome, and so everywhere he went, he was a ladies' man. The ladies was gonna come, so it would have been a good thing to really sign him, right? But highly intelligent, charismatic, but he was a street dude for real. He was in the street for real, and they say he was a shooter, okay? But he also was highly intelligent. But allegedly they blackballed him because of what happened to Shy Glissy, and it wasn't him that even did anything to Shy Glissy. He just didn't stop them. They say it was Big Moda and IME Casino and the other young man. I like his Cash. I believe his name is Cash, because I kind of like Cash music. It was them, and I think they went on record as saying it. But it's weird because you blackball Rich Lord, but you see Moneybag just signed Cash. I mean, IME Casino, if that's his name, I Must Eat Casino or whatever. So that's weird within itself. I think they just didn't like Rich Lord. He wasn't easy to control. If you listen to that interview, that's what he said. They want somebody that they can control, and I wish he and Dolph would have gotten. I think they had the same type of intellect, okay? Because they kind of thought of like he was just aligned with Black Youngster, because he said Black Youngster had been around him ever since he was in the 3rd grade. So I think he took on, I guess, the responsibility of a big brother or something like that. But hey, I from what I could see, he expressed some disappointment because I think he had protected Black Youngster, and Black Youngster kind of, Gotti was the one that was feeding him. If you listen to Rich Lord, it was loaded.
Yeah, I think it's weird though that he got killed.
And he got killed in Gotti's cousin's club. So, my cousin said that night. My cousin was very. He's still tight with Rich Lord's big brother. My cousins are still very tight with Rich Lord's big brother Freddie. Okay, Rich Lord grew up around them, and one thing my cousin did say was that particular night, they had said, you could pay at that particular club. You could pay to bring your weapon in, and that particular night, they wouldn't let him bring their weapon in. And so my cousin says Rich Lord should have known, like with the way he was trained, he already knew that was the cue to go back home. He said he didn't even want to go to the club that night. One of his friends kept calling him. He was at home in the bed sleep. One of his friends, one of his guys kept calling him until he got him up out the bed and got him to that club.
Yeah, just being a man and hearing everything you're explaining, I think he was too powerful. I think that the Shy Glizzy thing was just a reason to put him on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
But I think eventually he probably would have brought black youngster Dolph together potentially, and squash that beef. Because it's just weird how a lot of stuff didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably look at, and I'm not in the city, right? So you can look at probably how many people died after Rich Lord died. How was the crime after Rich Lord?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we know the crime was off the chain, been off the chain since Dolph died. And then Big Motor, like key people that died, and everybody's life is important. But you can probably look at key people, and I just know I had a good friend that was here in Chicago this weekend that's from Memphis, and he's like, it's gonna take 10 years to get, and he owned businesses in Memphis. He's like, it's gonna take 10 years to get the city back right.
Yeah, either they said it was Gotti's cousin's club or Gotti's manager's club that he was, because his mother ended up getting maybe a couple $1 million for that, because they wouldn't let him bring his weapon in that particular night, but his adversary and them were able to, they had their weapons in the club. You see what I mean? And the club shut down after that.
It says everything right when he said 40 dudes for Castell, I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't stand a chance to it. Like, he just didn't know it.
Right.
And I wouldn't have known it had I. Huh?
I said, right.
Yeah. And I didn't realize all this stuff until I left Memphis. And, lived in a couple other cities, moved to Chicago. And then I started learning. I was like, oh, people backdoor you, oh, your friends, oh. I'm like, how did the dope man even survive? Everybody jealous, and then you cheating on these girls or whatever the case. Like, you're bound to go to prison. Like, there's no way out of it. Like, only person I've seen that's last in Memphis is Penny. And his money is all legit. And, he's a good guy, but he's the only one who can go anywhere where he wants to go. But I've never seen anybody else last in Memphis that was in the streets. And Penny did get shot in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
sure did.
Like, he barely made it. You come to think of it. But anybody else I've never seen him. Yeah. But I just wanted to call in. I got to get back to work. I got to hop on the call. I've been busy with daycare, all kinds of things. I just been listening in. I hadn't been chiming in. But when that guy said 40 people, my hand just started typing. I was like texting.
Yeah.
On it. So
he probably would have. Like I said, he did say when Famous Animal asked him about, do you mess with Dolph? He said, I don't know Dolph. He said, I don't know Dolph. The only thing I can say is I got mad respect for him because he a money making or money getting MF. But I don't know Dolph. So I don't know whether to like him or dislike him. But allegedly later on, when now this is just what was out there. Gotti had finessed him into thinking he was gonna sign with CMG, so he kind of did a diss record on Dolph or something like that. Because with CMG, that's what you had to do. You had to diss Dolph to get on with them at that time. Okay. Yeah. But hey, I don't know. I hate that happened to Rich Lord. I do believe because if you look at some of his latter posts, especially after they blackballed him, he had said, if you're not calling me to eat, don't call me to beef. I think he had wisen up. Okay, they don't want to let me in, but they want to put me in their beef and have me he was highly intelligent. I ain't gonna be their hitman for him. So yeah, you're right. He probably would have brought them together.
Just listening to him and hearing how he talked, he reminds me of a Charleston White or Dr. Umar. Not that I like Dr. Umar, but that's what, like, as you hear him talk and how intelligent. And then you don't get in Christian brothers, especially without the right zip code also. I'm
telling you, he got a full scholarship. So that dude was highly intelligent.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Miss T, well, I love the work you do. I'm going to cash out you today, too. So I'm going to take care of you.
Thank you, love. I appreciate that so much.
Okay, all right.
All right, bye-bye. Shout out to Antico. He's a fellow Memphian doing big things. They had no business unaliving that man, whatever he was doing right. They had no business unaliving him. And that's what I'm saying. I think Rich Lord has started his own movement. I told y'all I think back to, and I look for that Rich Lord had reached out to me. And I told y'all how green I was. He had reached out to me and he wanted to come on my show. And when I started doing some research on Rich Lord, I saw where he had another show that was on the same channel that I was on when I first started. He ended up going on that show too. And when I was looking at his posts and stuff, because we were Facebook friends, he was trying to promote. He started just trying to promote himself. He had started his own movement, and I really hate that I didn't interview him. And I started looking at that time I was working for the police department. I started looking at his page, and he would post all praises to the Lord. And when he reached out to me and I started looking at his posts, I was like, oh, okay, this is a young man that's, giving praises to God. And I would like the posts and stuff. And then I started paying attention to some of the dudes and what they started saying. And I was like, I wonder what Lord are they praising? I started thinking about that. I was like, what Lord are they praising? Because it's something weird. Because after he would say all praises to the Lord, and I was like, dog, I started looking at some of the posts later on. I was like, what Lord are they praising? Because these dudes cussing all up in the comments and they saying giving praises to the MF and Lord and all that. I said, this something ain't right. And so I started, I went and I remember going to look at his information, and he had Vice Lord Chief. And I said, this dude in a gang, I can't have him on my show. I'm working for the police department. I can't have him on my show. And I was scared. I said he might throw up gang signs and stuff like that. I can't do that, but I really wish that I did. Lord have mercy. I mean, I would just be liking the post. I was like, he giving praises to God and all that. That's what made me start paying him some attention. And then after I started looking at his comments one day, because he would always post giving all praises to the Lord. And I was like, well, this is a young man that praises God, praises the Lord. And I started seeing them other gang dudes start making comments, giving praises to the MF and Lord. I said, oh, hell no, I don't know what they praising. That's what made I started looking at about, and he said, Vice Lord Chief. I said, oh, hell no, I can't have him on my TV show. He'll get me in trouble with my job. But I hate I didn't do that, because I looked at some of his other videos later on. He was very intelligent. He didn't throw up no gang signs or anything like that. So anyways, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. The number is 615-854-7509. I be on for, okay, for somebody else. To accept, press 1. What's up, Ace?
Yeah, what's going on? You have been giving out the number. We know it.
Well, Mac name Ace, we already know. I ain't have to put the number up for you. You already.
Well, no. You've been kissing me while I've been at work. I had to take my boy to get some shots today, so I took off. Yeah. I said, look at her. As soon as I start working hard, real hard, put my phone 1K in, you want to go on the workout. No, I got you today. Man, hey, you doing your thing, though. This is a good live right here. And I wanted to slide in. They did do their thing over the weekend for Key's birthday, man, and Dolph's birthday as well. Man, they were so lit. Jay Fizzle hit me up, followed me back on Instagram and everything, bro. We chopped it up and everything.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Hey, Big P, I said, man, he was proud of it, but I talked his head off. He got off the phone real quick. He was like, I'm hitting you back. Hey,
he couldn't take it. You was talking his head off. I was looking at Jay Fizzle. Man. I got so tickled. Jay Fizzle, I was looking at a live about 2 weeks ago. Jay Fizzle is wild. It was two girls in his house fighting, and he was trying to break them up, and he was buck naked. He had nothing but a damn blanket wrapped around him. I said, ain't this some shit?
That's how they get down. They get down like that. You know what I'm saying? they get down like that. I was coming out the trap one day. As I was coming out, one dude coming in swinging on the dude. I said, oh man, I said, you folks crazy as hell.
Now, what tickled me is Jay Fizzle didn't have on nothing, no draws, no nothing, trying to break them girls up. Had a damn quilt wrapped around him.
Yeah.
I don't know what they was over there doing.
Man, Jay Fizzle, who the hell, man? He get up. That's my nigga though, man. I be seeing you on YouTube, boy. Shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, man. I don't really do one, but you don't have to be working and shit, but yeah, they doing their thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I love Keek Lock's relationship with his mother.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause they went through what they went through. You know, he young, being raised by grandma, and you know, being raised by grandma while your mom doing time. You know, that was just something, cause you know his daddy was heroin up, so you know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
He feel like his mama real. You know what I'm saying? Mama real.
He know his mama love him. If nobody else love him, he know his mama do.
Oh yeah, mama love him. He had a good birthday. They were lit. That's why I say I hit him up when I seen Jay Fizzle story, and Jay Fizzle hit me back, and we just went to start chopping it up and shit. And he had followed me back on Instagram, and we was just chopping it up. But they were lit. I was just like, man, y'all lit out there. He hit me back. And I was just like, man, that's what's up. I love when them brothers reach out. You know, I got a lot of brothers be reaching out to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I love that right there. Cause that let me know a nigga ain't forgot about me.
That's right.
See, you talking about some real stuff though. When you know, like the rich lord, you know, you saying how he been, you know, you got to be controlled, and that's how that industry is. They can't control you. They can't use you.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Miss T, I'm at home today, so I was just calling the end. I'm in on conversation. If you want to ask me some questions, I'm willing to answer some of the questions you got.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you think that somebody had dropped Young Dolph's location? Like, you know, notify somebody that he's in the neighborhood?
Well, you know, it was dropped. Shit. The news dropped it when he gave that down all that money back to the council plate.
Mm-hmm.
It was dropped when he was trying to, you know, when he was supporting black communities and black businesses.
Mm-hmm.
It was dropped because of the turkey drive.
That's right, because there were flyers and stuff up about, everybody knew that they was gonna have that turkey drive. They knew, they was talking about it weeks before it happened.
Yeah, they knew Dolph was gonna be in the city. You know what I'm saying, Miss T? Like Dolph was already on to something. He knew someone, right? Because Dolph, I remember, Dolph was in a condo downtown for a whole week.
Absolutely.
He was trying to move different, like really trying to be in the city, like trying to, you know, because you really got to be like that. Like, let me go on people seeing out for about a week, a couple of days, you know what I'm saying, before I really just pop out. You feel me? And that was Dolph did, but he was, the news dropped it though. The news and that turkey drive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the news show has up, man. See, like Dolph just came through, you know, blessed the cancer center. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So
and I think that's how they was able to get up on him that day, because they had, like I said, they already knew that they was gonna do the turkey drive. He was over at the cancer center for quite a while, and they had it video. I mean, that was over the internet. So I think that's how they was able to get his drop at that point, because they knew he was over there at the cancer center. So when people were sitting up talking about, you know, that they had kidnapped him, I remember when a guy first came into my chat about over a year ago and was like, he was kidnapped that Monday. I said, how was he kidnapped that Monday? It was all over the news and all over the TV and all over the internet that he was at the cancer center with those people, and they ended up changing it. They kidnapped him that Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now that's how I feel. I always felt like, you know, because you going off, you know, you got to go off the fact of certain things and common sense in with what the street saying, and it's the same way. It's the same way they did another legend from the city, Juke. You know, I ain't gonna take the flowers away. You know, that's how they did him too. You know what I'm saying? Like they do. You posting up this man on your story, and then they got the location on the damn picture.
They knew he was going right. They knew he was going to be at their funeral. They knew that he was going to be at that funeral.
That's how I feel. I feel like it was just they knew he was in the city, and they for them to hit that certain location though, it was just that certain location. I ain't gonna leave that out, like, you know what I'm saying? From where they hit them at, you know, it was at a cookie shop, you know, but it's more than that, and that's gonna come out. That's gonna come out, but you know, it's just a certain like. It's certain things on it, like they probably was just tracing him on, following his trails on where he be at. But I already know, man, Dolph was gonna really pop out. He's gonna do his thing.
Yeah, it like I said, they knew there were flyers and stuff up. So when people they knew that they was gonna have. He was gonna do those turkey drives that week. They knew he had already been doing them every year. So they knew that it was over the TV and it was over in real time, the internet, when he was at that cancer center with those people taking pictures and stuff with him. He gave that money and stuff. I think somebody, I ain't gonna tell no stories, okay? I believe that somebody, when they saw that he was at that cancer center on the internet, somebody got so jealous and they just so infected with jealousy. It was already planned, but they just had an urgency for him to go. And I believe that's the reason why that Wednesday when they took him out, somebody posted on the internet, I have a question, because they were so mad. The idea that he was giving back, he was able to give back, he was making his name bigger in more communities, not just within the hood, but when you start giving money to hospitals and stuff like that, now you're crossing over. You got people, you know, in other communities that's gonna know you because of your philanthropy. And I think that really just made somebody jealous and angry. And they was like, this MF, they better make sure they do it. And that's the reason why whoever it was said, make sure that nigga don't come out that cookie shop. When they followed him, they called and let him know that he went into that cookie shop. Somebody said, make sure he don't come out. And before that happened, somebody said, I have a question, because I believe it all stemmed from that jealousy of him giving that money back that Monday.
Miss T, you own it. You own it, Miss T. To the chat. You have it, folks. You have it. Like, Miss T, it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why when I go on your platform, I don't come on here on no crazy stuff, like no real weird narrative. We all have our opinions at times. But at the same time, like, I ain't finna say, that's why you can agree to what I said on, you know, how could they probably got the drop, you know what I'm saying, like that. And when you just cleared it up like that, that makes perfectly sense. Like, you saying somebody is already was in motion, so and then they see, go on, get him gone. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's all I was saying, like, and when I was in the chat, like, I was just like, you know, yeah, they showed us, because I was replying to somebody in the chat, you know what I'm saying, like, but it you know, Snoop Bands Corvette was always like a Batman black. It never was, I ain't know it was white, you know, I always seen it was like a black matte black. You feel me?
I think Snoop Bands' Corvette was great. And I don't think Snoop Bands had a sports car, but I don't know if it was a Corvette. It was like a platinum gray or something like that.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie. He came out with the vet, but it was what you saying was like a charcoal, like dark, like matte gray, black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that. You know, but we back to the phone call, Miss T.
Because I remember when I was reading when Snoop Bands got that Corvette. Now, Young Dolph had commented. If y'all go back and look at them comments when Snoop Bands pulled up with his Corvette in Castelia, young Dolph had come in and said, damn, you went and got the vet. Now I don't even know what to buy you. You beat me, to the punch. Because I guess he was going to go buy him a car. He said, now I don't even know what to buy you. You already went and got you a vet.
Yeah. But like, even and you made perfect sense when you said, like, your mom called you, you weren't able to answer the phone because you was on an important phone call. Yeah, that happens. That do happen. But from what I always was heard, and they even interviewed certain of them guys, you know what I'm saying, they asked me, Dolph was calling them. When stuff was about to go down, he was calling them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he felt a funny feeling. I don't know what was going on, but they was being phoned. They called. Dolph was calling him. Key Glock, Snoop Bands, probably some other guys, but and they even have interviews. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't even that. Key Glock said he was asleep. Snoop Bands say we can't haircut. That's just what it is. Ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? It just, of course, it's gonna look funny to certain people and to the people eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because they look. Everybody is suspect until they prove themselves innocent in certain people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everybody got a job. If my boss called me, I gotta answer the phone or call him right back immediately. That's anybody that's calling your phone that's, you know what I'm saying, got something going on. Like, you feel me? Like, if it was me and I was in those shoes, I'd have to answer that phone. Like, if my phone gotta be on me, you gotta be on certain protocols, because in my eyes, they should have known, like, man, hey, we gotta protect Dolph at all costs. And Dolph was always moving by himself. He'd be by himself with his brother or with a friend, but sometimes he like to move by himself with just another person. I done seen him plenty of times like that. Or he'll roll up by himself. You feel me? Like, he always been like that. So that's the only thing about that. Dolph, he moved by himself. I feel like, I could be wrong, I feel like he felt something and he was calling them guys. Like, man, y'all need to pull up, or y'all need to go on, get ready, pull up for a video or whatever they was on. You know what I'm saying? That's all I feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I feel. I don't feel like that I'm not gonna say, yeah, they had something to do with it. Nah.
I miss you too, Big Will.
Yeah, man. See, that's all I'm saying. They ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Just, let's prove it otherwise. But man, that's just a lesson. When our people call us, we gotta answer that phone. I get on my people. I call my people back at home or whatever. Like, man, look, I can be calling you on some dime early, answer the phone. It could be my sister, it could be my mama, my brother. Or I can be just checking on you, making sure you good. You know how they go.
Mm-hmm.
But people do miss phone calls. So that's just what it is, Miss T, on that tip. Yeah, people phone calls. So it's finna go down next month. The trial winding down. So what's that boy they got called Indiana Ridge straight drop? Is his charges gone?
Well, I mean, his warrant is not up anymore. It's something weird about that, He got on an ankle monitor, but he didn't have on an ankle monitor when they caught him. And he said they weren't looking for him because he had on an ankle monitor. So now what we have to do is we have to put our heads together, and we have to figure out when they put that ankle monitor on him. We go into my members. You got my members on it. And who put that ankle monitor on him, and when they put it on him and stuff. And then that'll kind of lead you to some some answers on that.
They gonna use him as a tool, probably. Yeah, he probably a tool.
I don't know. They may not. He's been kind of out of the way. He came on live that one time and nobody's seen him again.
Well, he gonna have to. He gonna have to. I'm talking about in the court. Why? I believe he's gonna probably have to get up there and tell why he was with that man. Court knows me like that. They gonna want to know, like.
Yeah, I don't think they would just let him go that freely, without knowing exactly, the ins and outs of that. Ain't no lawyer good enough for you to just be with a fugitive from justice and not have to answer for why you was with a fugitive from justice. Don't ever believe that.
You know, Minty, you know what? Every time I see Jamarcus Johnson, you know what? Every time I see him, what come to my mind? That man. Every time he come to court, Minty, he always looking like, damn, y'all killed dog, y'all, man, bro, you got me in this jam. He always got that look on his face, like, bro, he stupid, y'all stupid. You know what I'm saying? Jamarcus look like, man, that was stupid. Like, he ain't have nothing to do with it. Like, that's every time I see Jamarcus face, he the only face I see, like, damn. He really feel like these folks stupid for involving him into it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feed off of. That's what I feed off him. But yeah, Miss T, I called in. I ain't gonna hold your line up. I enjoyed the conversation. And shit, we're gonna be checking in, checking on. I really like chiming in, and you still be going to be going. It be a hard catching. I've been missing Cypher, some of the hitters. I've been missing some of your lives. You know,
and we know if you missing, I know when you start missing lives, especially everybody, we know you got to be busy. Cause you gonna pull up if don't nobody else do.
Hey, look, if I ain't busy, I'm tired. Cause I feel like I pulled something in my back or something. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you was pulling up even when you couldn't talk. You was hoarse and still pulling up.
I'm over there, man, tired from like really work because I be doing that construction, carpentry, remodeling, renovation and stuff.
Amp says Castelia is closer to Hamilton. Well, it stretches out a pretty. It might be. You might be right, Wilson. It stretches out a pretty good ways. Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't too far. All that stuff pretty close. It's just stretched out in so many ways. I do appreciate Memphis for making me one, you know, for real, like having more, because that's all I seen. I mean, I lived there, so it's like, from what I seen, it was just all about having more value and respect. When you ain't got that, you're going to get out the way real fast. So, you know, that's just what it is. But all right, Miss T, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get back in the chat.
Okay, hon. Thank you for calling in. Solo asked me, are you from Memphis? Because I mean, yeah, I was born and raised in Memphis, Solo, because I probably be older than you. But I think about Castelia do stretch out. It stretches out. So I mean, because you have to think about now, some of when I was growing up in Clementine, we had already moved. Some of my friends that when they started going to high school, instead of going to Hamilton, you thought Hamilton would have been closer. I know that they do that sometimes. They used to do that. They sent them to Overton. And Hamilton would have been closer to Clementine than Overton. So that's why I said that. Shondell told Straight Drop, I gotta pee, pull over and call. I know the story behind that. I know the story behind that, but I was getting ready to tell it, but I sure was getting ready to put it in the members. You'd be surprised at who be watching this stuff. I can't say nothing yet. It's gonna come out though in the courts. It'll come out at the trial. I know how they got a hold of them. I know exactly how it happened. I'm not gonna say anything though. OT acting like they had a flat and calling AAA. No. Anyways, you guys. If you want to call in, you can call in. I'll be on for a few more minutes. 615-854-7509. And let me just make this clear, because these folks is crazy. If I say I know something, ain't no needing you damn trolls in the background that has some type of affiliation with the case. Or she knows something. She a threat. I ain't no damn threat. If I know somebody, that means somebody within the, the law enforcement has told me. That means they already know. I don't understand why people would think that the people don't know what happened in this case at this point. It's been 3 years. He was stupid for driving through a federal city. No disrespect will be tolerated. No mention or promoting of other channels. T will shout out who she choose. Thanks everyone for respecting the channel. He was stupid for driving through a federal. Dolph had the blueprint to success. He didn't want any of his artists. Antoine, he didn't want any of who artists. Like I said, one of the main reasons why I don't one of the main reasons why I take a lot of interest in and I think everybody should be offended. Anybody that has a master plan on being successful, anybody that has a plan on trying to be successful should be offended about what happened to young Dolph. I keep trying to tell y'all, young Dolph was killed because of his success. They killed him because of jealousy. So if we don't nip stuff like this in the bud and ensure, that's what I try to tell you all. It's not about trying to be hard at other people. It's about ensuring that a message is sent. If a man comes from Castelia, I know the type of area Castelia looks like, right? If a man can come up out of that and put on some more artists that come up out of the same hood and other hoods, leave behind a legacy for his children and his family, and they knock him down simply because of his success, we got to see this to the end, to send a message to ensure you're not going to get away with killing people just because you're jealous of them. Because that's all that it was. So me personally, a person that I work hard. And that's the reasons why I have a viciousness that comes up in me. When people start trying to hate on me and start trying to violate me and my privacy, I have a viciousness to make sure that I eat up anything and rip anything away from up under them to ensure, bitch, if you ever get it back, ho, I bet you ain't gonna let nobody make an ass out of you again. Because I'm gonna knock you down, anything you propped up on. We have to see shit through like that. You have to make people in a way that they'll remember. I ain't talking about killing them. If they start violating you, like coming to your door, you better pop them in the damn head. Okay? I'm going to do what I was taught in the academy. You go front and center mass, bitch. I'm going to blow your heart up. Because you ain't got no business letting nobody send you out to come to my house. Okay? So I'm going to put your heart to sleep because it's going to have a hole in it. And so that's going to send a message to all the other damn fools sitting up on wherever they be sit, Clubhouse or wherever, taking orders. Bitch, you going to die away from your kids if you go to Tamara house. Okay? You want to be sent out that bad, you got to die for it. Because it's on paper. You come to my house, I'm going to knock you down. Who going first? Okay? So that's why you use your resources to get people's information. Bitch, you supposed to be working, ho. That's your livelihood. We got to snatch that away from up under you. Bitch, you can't pay your bills. And the niggas you doing it for ain't got shit for you. So we set examples. So if you ever get it again, you stupid bitch, I bet you won't do it again. but you breaking federal laws, so you're gonna have to go do some time. That's how you send examples. So everybody should take it personal instead of sitting back, want to relish in this shit. We should be taking it personal and ensuring and seeing justice to the end. I believe in justice. I'm just very dogmatic about justice. Okay? I'm dogmatic about justice. This man was taken out. Okay? Because he was great. That was it. He was great. Nobody could ever sit on here and say that he wasn't great. You got a dude that say, I was a crack baby. I wasn't supposed to make it this far. Instead of all of the people being, especially everybody in Memphis should have been proud of young Dolph. It's been other ones to come through. When 3-6 Mafia, I remember when they was on the news. I grew up in the same neighborhood that Paul grew up in. When we left South Memphis, when we left the hood, we moved right into the same subdivision that DJ Paul and Ricky was living in. They was living good. Okay. When I saw Paul and them on, Paul had been working hard. I mean, regardless of what kind of personality he got, that dude had already been working hard. I know it. So when I saw 3-6 Mafia on the news and they signed $1 million contract back then, that was a lot of money. Everybody was proud of them. Everybody was proud of them, right? We didn't know anything about the music business at that point. We just knew that $1 million or whatever was a lot of money back then, or it was supposed to be. So when young Dolph finally figures out the business and he truly creates some generational wealth, especially since our community is the ones that they take advantage of, instead of Gotti and them being jealous of him. Hey, I can't take away from Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti has a distinctive sound, and he has an acquired sound, and people like his voice. He's talented. Moneybagg and them are talented. I can't take that away from them, right? So I'm not a hater, so I'm not gonna get on here and say, well, they ain't talented. No, they are. But we already understand what it is as it relates to the business behind what they're doing. Moneybagg ain't getting half of what he's supposed to be getting as it relates to that business part. We already know that. Hold on, y'all. Shit. I'm gonna finish up what I'm saying. My computer get ready to shut off though. Let me plug it back up. Because I made a mistake and pulled it out of the wall. Y'all hit the like button while I plug my computer back up. Okay. Okay. So we have people that say, well, young Dolph had an arrogance about him. Everybody has some type of air about him. Everybody does. Gotti has an air about him. Everybody has some type of air about him. That's what makes us all distinctively different. Our personalities. But everybody should have been proud of that guy for going and truly learning the recipe. What do you say? Broke black nigga, remember me, until I found out the recipe. It's a lot of things that young Dolph say when I'm out there, because I'm building and I'm figuring out some stuff, and I'm communicating with certain people in the end that know how to get to the money. The same stuff I be thinking about, that broke black chick, remember me until I figured out the recipe. I ain't rich. So that means that I'm in a category, because you know, y'all president kind of wiped out the middle class. So now you're either rich or poor. I ain't rich. So what am I? We all in the same type of class at this point. So you got somebody who the music industry, they take advantage of the black artist. The black artists have all the talent. especially as it relates to rap. And we've been letting them do that forever. So you have somebody like Master P, somebody like Young Dolph that goes and figure out the recipe. Young Dolph don't even have to really intertwine other than I'll pay you this amount to be on my album to make me bigger, and I ain't got to sign no contracts. I'll go and make the money because I understand I need to make a lot of money to be able to pay these niggas to help to make my album bigger. Hey, I'll do it just to get on. And that's what he do, and he builds something for himself. And then these folks go and kill him. And people try and justify that, well, he shouldn't have never said this. A person can say whatever they want to say. They can say whatever it is that they want to say, as long as they're not violating you. Right? So Yo Gotti and them are in the business. Him and his people, they're in the business. That wouldn't have been the first time they was in a beef. If Young Dolph didn't have the traction that he had, Yo Gotti and them never would have been paying him no attention. But because he was talking it, and I don't believe that the Young Dolph would have even been making diss songs about Yo Gotti if they had not been messing with that man behind the scenes, trying to stop him, trying to block him. That pisses you off when somebody, you working hard to try to build something for yourself and people try to block you. So they doing behind the scenes stuff and he putting it out on Front Street. Okay, so it made it look like he was the problem. But anybody that has aspirations of ever going far in life should take what happened to Young Dolph personally. And they should want to see to it that justice and see justice through as it relates from the bottom all the way up to the top. That sends a message to these dudes and these old niggas too when they can't control their jealousy, that you ain't gonna just kill nobody who was being great and get away with it. You take a man from his life, you couldn't stop him, so you knock him down to take him from everything that he had built to include his very own children. I don't respect nobody like that. I don't, especially no man. Ain't no men got no business being that damn emotional if they 100% man. Now, if they got some bitch in them, that's something. Okay? But if you're supposed to be 100% certified pure man, and these dudes call themselves thugs, you ain't got no business being that damn emotional. And so it's hard for me to take anybody seriously when they talk about, well, he $100 million man and this, and that, when you already know that they ruined other folks' lives and participated and played a part in it. And now you're talking about you coming up. I don't respect you. I don't respect you. You take out your competition and now you talking about you the winner. I don't respect nobody like you. Your competition was not a direct threat to your person. Okay? The person was a direct threat to your person. And he wasn't a direct threat to their person, because if he wanted to knock Yo Gotti and juke them down, he could have did that when they had a consistent pattern of trying to take him out. He didn't do that. And you know why I believe he didn't do it? I believe he didn't do it because Young Dolph had enough money where he could have took his family and went and lived overseas. If he had did something like that, he already knew that there would have been some retaliation. But them little dudes that was around him are still in the hood. That would have given them a reason to go and start killing out them young dudes. And he didn't want that to happen, because that's how it goes. That's what happened when they took him out. So then he didn't even retaliate, even though they was constantly trying to hit at him. He had enough money where he could have paid anybody to go do a professional hit on them. He didn't do it. They couldn't even appreciate that. That's the reason why Black youngster gonna keep having breakdowns until he fall to his knees for real. He probably already on him praying to God, please help my mind, because he already knew he participated in something. that didn't have anything to do to him with him. That boy didn't do nothing to him. Black Youngster made the mistake, like so many other misguided dudes, of believing that Yo Gotti was his God. The gifts come from the real God, and it ain't no human being that's got flesh and blood running through their veins. Black Youngster, because he be up in here. Gotti ain't your God. He didn't give you any gift. It came from the Creator himself, and so you're gonna have to pay for that, because God says you don't prop up other gods. You're gonna pay for that right there just alone. Okay, so I know a lot of people be getting mad at me when I reverted back to where it should be reverted back to, and that is where it started at, and that is with Yo Gotti. He's the head of CMG. That's where it started at. And so when folks say he couldn't stop them, well, he ain't got no business being over no label. He ain't no boss. Okay? He ain't no boss. Because I ain't going to build something and let people that work for me come in and tear it down. They got to go. They got to go. And if I can't get them up out of my business, I ain't strong enough to do that, then I ain't got no business being no CEO of nothing. Now, if he ain't the real, he just the face of CMG, he ought to just say that. But if he didn't have the influence to stop dudes that they say work for him, from participating and doing something that could destroy their label, he ain't got no business being the head. So just like when something happens with the Memphis Police Department, when them officers get out there and do some crazy stuff, people, regardless to who did it, people put it on the shoulders of the police chief because she is the director. Okay, she is the head of the police department. If something goes on with me in my company and somebody that works for me does something, they're going to put it at my feet. Even though I ain't even, they weren't trained like that, I ain't have no parts in it. If something goes on, especially something as heinous as murder, and it's a consistent pattern of it, and you don't call that into submission, then you're a problem, and you ain't got no business being a CEO. What's Cypress? I know you call in to defend. What's up?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. What's up? You call, look, Cypress, you slick too. You called me just as I was getting ready to get into the meat of everything. I hadn't even gotten to the bridge yet.
That was okay. No, but no, I don't think. I don't feel like what happened should have happened. But also, I don't feel like Dolph should have been throwing people in that ain't no rapper people. So they both was wrong.
Well, who he throw in that wasn't a rapper?
And he should have threw Juke into that. The Juke wasn't no rapper.
But how do you know though? So okay, so at one point Dolph and Juke was pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if they was pretty cool at one point, you don't think that Juke more than likely just took the side of his brother?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Hell, cause when Gotti and Boo Dirty was having Juke was still hanging out with Boo Dirty them, kicking it with them. No, it's because of the dog threw that man into that shit and he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have did that. That man don't rap. Leave that man out of that shit. But that's why the guy, y'all got it too much credit. This man is not pulling out no moves like this.
Cypress.
No, God ain't pulling
So he
out
was
his
still.
hand.
So you said Juke was still hanging out with Boo Dirty. So was it genuine? Cause didn't they shoot Boo Dirty up a couple times?
Yeah, but Juke ain't nothing to do with that. Juke was still running around hanging out with them, kicking with them. Juke ain't nothing to do with that.
Well, who had something to do with it?
What? Some of the Boo Dirty situation?
Huh?
You said with the Boo Dirty situation?
Yeah. So who had something to do with it? Because you said that I remember you saying that they told Gotti he gonna have to call a truce because it was somebody getting after they shot Boo Dirty. I remember you saying somebody was getting knocked down every other day.
Yeah. That's what happened. But Juke ain't had nothing to do with it. But Dolph should never threw Juke into that. But like, they were wrong for how they went about doing this. I give y'all that. But Dolph should never threw that man into that. That didn't have nothing to do with him. That man don't rap. You don't do shit like that. That's wrong. I mean, it's wrong on both sides, but it's wrong. Period. You don't do shit like that. If this guy got it on response, leave it alone. If you got a problem with got it in between you don't got it a rapper.
Well, here's the thing. Gotti, well, let's not act like now those dudes were not involving themselves in that. When Gotti and Young Dolph were into it with each other, Gotti's people automatically jumped into that. Did they feel like Young Dolph was not supposed to say anything back to them?
Well, he had every right to say something back to them, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, y'all feeling with y'all should have stayed out of it because they had nothing to do with y'all. Period. And just get that out the way. But like, they should have.
Well, why Keon jump in it?
And I don't know why Keon jump in it.
Why Vato jump in it?
I don't know why Vato jump in it.
Well, you talking like Young Dolph was taking shots at these dudes for nothing.
Like I said, I don't know why they go. I don't know why. I don't know what they mind was on to make them jump in there. but no, I don't feel like he should have just look into that because Brooke was a rapper that far as these other cats when they got because they had a decent relationship. As far as these other cats, I don't know what they mind with this all of it, but like. You don't do that. They were wrong for what they did in the evening for soda, but I ain't excuse that. They was flat out wrong for that, but I don't think got a green light it there. I just, like, any nigga would look at it like, hey, man, nigga, just leave me out of this shit, whatever we have happen. Type shit.
So he passively. So this is what he did. So you saying he passively agreed? Just leave me out of it because he could have said hell, mother effing no. If y'all do that, y'all can't be associated with CMG. He sure could have said that to the Keons and stuff. No, because they supposedly work up under him. Now y'all can't be affiliated with my company. That's the end of you and CMG relationship. So he passively agreed. So you saying he passively agreed, but in my opinion, I don't think he passively agreed. I think he called it. He told his brother. Well, the police said that his brother was his enforcer. Now that's what a police officer told me.
I mean, he always get the enforcer down and take the rap for all the shit. That's the police.
Well, no, the police officer that would know said that he was his enforcer. Juke went and got everything together because his brother told him to.
I ain't gonna say necessarily. See, y'all make it seem like just gonna have a fire left alone.
Well, he did it because he probably wanted it too. He had beef with Young Dolph. If and his brother give him the green light to do it, gonna do it. Just make sure it don't get back to me. He gonna do it. Y'all try to act like that Juke that Gotti didn't and his brother didn't communicate and Gotti didn't have any influence over Juke. He did.
I think it sound kind of accurate, but sound halfway accurate. You know, I get that, but I mean, I think the two people who did this bullshit, who started with, I think they did, and I think it's a well. I know y'all Dolph fans don't want to hear that, but I think the two people who did the work, they both gone, and it's for real.
You said the two people who what now? I didn't hear you.
The two people who did the work, I think they both gone, and I think it's for real.
Cypress, they said you using your head because you got to remain safe. I ain't mad at him, Chat Town, for trying to remain safe. But it would be But Chat Town, these fools would be crazy to be trying to do something to somebody at this point, especially when everything is out. If something happens to somebody, they already know who's involved.
Yeah. And your boy Stan T was on a rampage yesterday, wasn't it?
You know what? I didn't see it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you gotta go watch it. Get your meat and potatoes ready. You gotta go watch it. Man, this is real. Yeah, but no, I think it was just something that they just choose to call the green light on. And it is what it is, but I don't know. I think I'm kind of like, you know, I wish Gotti could have had a little bit more control over Juke, but I kind of understand why.
You don't think that Juke listened to his brother? They were business partners. Juke was not.
Hell no, he didn't listen to Gotti. This is my honest opinion. Let me keep it real. If he listened to Gotti, the incident that happened in the San Antonio would have.
Gotti could have stopped it. Instead, he went on to talk about, I have a question. Now, Cypress, come on now.
Let's go.
Now, Cypress, why was Gotti so involved though? Like right after this happened. Okay, so I'm not gonna be accusatory then. I'll be neutral. So then I still have questions though. Why was he so involved right after Young Dolph was assassinated? Why you think so?
You know what? I don't know, but did he? Okay, well let me ask you because I never did he ever ask the question that he wanted to ask?
He said, I have a question. And then right after that, Young Dolph was taken out. No, he didn't. He never did. What was his question?
I don't know. Maybe
he probably wanted to know. His question was, have y'all done it? I'm just adding in the rest.
Well, we can't say he said.
Well, no, we can't say it. We can't. We absolutely cannot. But that's what I believe.
But I don't know. I think if it's too much going around, he gonna have a long road.
And what was he constantly saying after Young Dolph was taken out? He goes and get a camouflage. They do a thing, an album, and he like the general. He got on wearing the camouflage, And he's constantly saying, why was he constantly posting, we the last men standing? Why was he saying that?
I don't know.
It seemed like to me there had been some back and forth going on about who would be the last man standing, and I think he was throwing out there the paper route, we the last man standing. I'm the last man standing. So why did he say those, Cypress, when Straight Drop was arrested, if my nigga go to jail, when he was on the run, my nigga go to jail, I'm gonna bail him out? And then his attorney had said that he was going to represent him, and then he retracted that. What you think was going on? I mean, it just all looked weird to me. Maybe I'm just overreacting.
I think God was planning on that out, but he said, but I think when he said it publicly, they made sure and God wasn't going to be able to bat it out. Something he shouldn't have said publicly. I don't think he was going to do it your way. This is how he is, but I think our horn went back on his word because he knows if he got all the line, and we all know that but our horn gonna be on somebody's team down the line, and he gonna have to defend.
Well, who would that be?
I don't know. Might be. I don't know. Might be you.
Oh, it might be youngster. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. So, hey, because
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. It could be youngster. Cause I don't see God getting. I don't see God really getting charged for the death of young. No, I just don't see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, they thought it was gonna be another cold case. That's exactly what they thought.
Well, if they were depending on it, your good friend time at the MPD probably would have been a cold case.
Why you say that though? Because they immediately, before, they had Cornelius 2 weeks after young Dolph was assassinated.
Why never called Mississippi got first?
Why you think Mississippi pulled him over?
Cause somebody popped the dad. You know how that go. Why do kids put him free?
Mississippi pulled him over because they had them to pull him over.
Well, you know, MPD, if it weren't for the fans, I think it would have been a cold case. I just say that I'll be nice. I just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Hey, man, Steve Moore cast another one of the Rock Mason checks. It might go all the way to left. And it might get thrown back to probably next year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that dude something else. Moore something else. 1 minute she don't stick by the water, and then she can't Rock Mason check.
Mm.
But I thought it was going to be a cold case too. Depending on MPD, it was going to be a cold case.
Oh no, they was moving kind of fast though.
But I think there's some stuff that happened with this case though.
Mm-hmm. What makes you think that, Cypress?
And you know why I think that. Something happened. So y'all buckle up the seatbelt. affiliations gotta take a spin.
Mm-hmm.
But so nobody never confirmed that they went got Vato or they talked to Vato or something. That's a plan.
I never heard that. Now, I never heard that. The first time I heard that, I heard on Hitler's page where he wasn't sure where he had heard. It was a rumor of it, but then somebody had told me that it possibly came from True Results page. Somebody had told me that, so I don't know. I have not been able to confirm that.
I ain't gonna lie, True Results have dropped some buzz lately.
Listen, I like True Results. Listen, I like True Results. I was looking at my stomach. True Results had my stomach hurting this morning. I promise you, I was up early, and True Results had my stomach hurting so bad. True Results got him a new car. True Results, I don't know if it's new, but True Results got his car tinted out. True Results is outside for real. He's showing people what kind of car he got, what color it is, and when he walked around the car, you even saw the tag. I said, my stomach was hurting so bad. I was laughing so hard. True Results ain't hiding nowhere. He outside for real. True Results showing the color of his car, the kind of car it is, and even the he walking around and you see the tag. He grinning like a chess cat. He don't even care. Oh my god! My stomach was hurting. I was laughing so hard. I said, one thing for sure, the brother ain't hiding.
Yeah, he gonna be the very nigga to get out of that courthouse.
True Results. Listen, True Results. Hey, you got to give it to him. True Results got that video of Quit. Then True Results went downstairs. It was nobody down there but the media and their lawyer. True Results went and got his iPhone and stood behind the media. It was the media and True Results. He got his iPhone and stood behind the media and got what that lawyer was saying.
I don't know about no iPhone because the way that light was looking like a flip phone.
I like True Results though. I saw that. I said True Results got him a car. I like his car. I like that color blue. And I said he ain't trying to hide though. He's showing his car and the kind of car it is and the tag. I'm gonna tell you something. If I was Quit, I wouldn't. Even if Quit was on trying to mess with True Results ain't no threat to Quit. But if somebody that showed the kind of car they drive, the tag, if I was Quit, I'd be scared of him. You don't mess with nobody like that.
What food be happening?
Shout out to True Results. I like True Results. I like him. I ain't saying I agree with everything that he say, but I like him. He don't bother nobody. But when I saw that, I was laughing so hard my stomach was hurt. I said, Lord, this man showing his car. He was grinning. He was walking back and forth to that car too. I said, he ain't hiding.
Well, he got tired walking in the sun.
Shout out to True Results. But I haven't heard that Vato was, picked up or no friend of his or anything. Somebody said he said it might have been a friend of his or something. I hadn't heard anything like that, so I don't know.
Okay, because I ain't heard nothing about it. Therefore.
That's right. If I was Quit, I'd be scared of True Results. Any man that showed what he driving and he grinning, and you saw how he was grinning, walking back and forth to the car. True Results will put a hurting on them boys.
Oh my God! Yeah, shout out to Pooh, man. That night they had me too. Funny with it high. He was funny. You know he could have said Pooh, baby, we be high as a kite. Yeah. But no, I don't think it is like how y'all see it. I think it's, but I don't know. But I don't think God is know that no private. But I don't think he won't let live that twin veto plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think God is. Shout out to CMG. I know y'all in the bush.
Why CMG be over here?
They want to listen.
What they want to listen to?
I don't know. They probably want to hear you cuss and play. You know? You know how you do? You don't cuss them down. Send them to the house and 1 minute later, they probably join in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah, shout out to True Results. I like True. I actually like him. He don't bother nobody. He don't. Now somebody
Well, he funny though. I can't even lie.
Somebody said that he threw out a shot at me. I don't believe True would throw no shot out at me. No shots.
He threw out some shots, but it wasn't you though. But you can't do, you know. I just say that he threw out some shots, but if you catch it, you know, damn hard to pick out.
Look, Emerald says, Cypress, keep your hopes high because Vato had a very interesting conversation with the police. Now, let's talk about that. Now, what Greyface said? What Greyface said? Is Greyface still in here? Because y'all know Greyface is the person I have to revert to send me. Greyface have to send me the juice. You said what now? I think Greyface he be in and out. He be in and out. He be in and out just like Rest in Peace Young Dolph. Who got that? I know Greyface or Rest in Peace Young Dolph got what Keon posted to Vato. Why you think Vato? Why you think Keon will put that up to Vato? Put that up there.
Because the police is stirring the pot. That's why. The police is stirring the pot. And they know what they doing.
But why didn't he call Vato?
I don't know why he didn't call Vato. He wanted the world to know that Vato was having an interesting conversation with the police. That's very dangerous. But, yeah.
That's weird.
The police power came out of, hey, know your boy Vato, he been in long conversations.
So, but do you think Greyface, do you got that screenshot of what Keon said to Vato? Because it's hard for me to believe that Keon will post that without saying something to Gotti.
I'm quite sure God ain't seen it and was like, take that down. I'm quite sure God has seen it. Hey,
you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. One thing that I'm learning is I know that when guys are in the street, they know the street game. Because I don't, but I know the politics situation, and when people I do know that. I believe that Keon, they didn't want to confront him, and Keon said something to God and them about it first, and they said post it. Therefore, we'll have a reason to ask that nigga what's going on. Okay, and then they act like they have Keon to take it down.
Could be.
I'm telling you, businessmen do it all the time. I'm telling you. Whenever there was issues, I've worked with execs. They tell somebody when they come and bring them something, okay, send out an email and CC me, and then I'm gonna ask, what's going on with this? Because they didn't want to just go to them themselves. That's how they do it. I know the game as it relates to that.
Right. I don't know, but I think they're gonna have some. If this play out how everybody thinking, if some people gonna have some problems after that. So y'all stay tuned. But now, I mean, you can't trust to answer you, bro. You can't trust the guy who's a convicted peddler who get 2 days time served for a haircut, especially in the state of Mississippi.
I'm not saying he'll snitch because I don't know if he's one or not. But I'm just saying I saw the game that was played as it relates to that situation.
Yeah. I just want to know who gonna be next to go.
Black Barbie says he put the message out there to put the jacket on Vato back because he knew that Gotti was going to take out his brother and there was no need for him to be around anymore. 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, wow.
Hey, you can't because he's actually a good. See, a lot of these cats been hanging around actually good guy. You feel me?
Rest in peace, Dolph. Rest in peace, Dolph says it's on Vato and snitch anyways. He says he told on Keon if they really got him. He gonna tell on this.
And see, this is a very dangerous. See, this is what I think gonna happen. A guy is gonna try to get rid of most of the good guys. And here's gonna be the problem. This niggas already know the whole get out. And they don't tell them what Zook they told them. They don't tell them what Zook they told them. So they on the very thin line.
Look, Chattown says Cypress the one who doesn't want Makitas to franchise. Rest in peace, Sean Dawg says it's like everything going how Dawg said it would. If he left, they fold him.
I ain't got no problem with Makita's cookies. Even though I ain't got no problem with the kids.
Okay, Greyface just sent it to me. Greyface just sent it to me. I'm getting ready to read exactly what he said. I be wanting to read the exact, because they get sensitive about this snitch stuff. I'm wanting to read exactly what they said, so they can't say I'm adding nothing.
So you think snitching is cool?
Yeah. Listen, Keon's Tavato says, I forgive you, but I ain't forgot for that interesting conversation you had with the police. Some people ain't built for pressure at Vato. Oh, wow. So he basically out called him he really called him a snitch. He really did do it.
Hey, listen. Keon called the man a snitch. He did 2 days time served in the state of Mississippi for having a handgun. He was already convicted.
He says some people ain't built for pressure, so that's putting out there that you told the police something under pressure.
Right, he's going to hold me down.
I mean, that's what Keon is saying. If you believe Keon, that's what he's saying.
That's exactly what Keon is saying. Why would anybody say Keon lying? Keon the one locked up. Yeah.
Chattown said, I said that's who True was sending shots at. Tamara read it wrong. Who he was sending shots at, Chattown?
Who you talking about?
Who he talk about? Is he saying that Cypress was sending? Y'all know I ain't got my glasses on now. I need to put my glasses on. I might be reading comments wrong. He said that's who True was sending shots at. Who was he sending shots at? He said I read it wrong. Where my glasses at? Because I be reading comments wrong when I can't see.
I think it was another blogger he was sending shots at. I could be wrong.
Okay, so Chattown, you think he was sending shots at me? Emerald says, no. If Vato was picked up, it hit different. Rest in peace, Young Dog says, now think about this. How y'all think Keon felt about Gotti for keeping him around and hanging around him after that? Not Vato been around him for. I think Vato knew the game. I think Vato know how them folks work. I think Vato know that they told Keon to post that.
Well, here was the thing. Look, guys, he's not one of Gotti's guys. So I don't suspect him to be around too much longer as this case pick up. He won a guy. He won a good guy. He ain't one of Gotti day one guy.
Who, Vato?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Exotic. Antoine says the industry is a joke. Antoine says the industry is a joke. Stay away from them folks. The insurance they have on these rappers are set up for cash ins. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Rest in peace, Young Dog says them folks really never felt Vato. I've been saying this. They always used to say he was from the other side, but they the ones recruited a nigga from the South. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Right. Because Vato fuck with most of the niggas on the other side because he's from the other side. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, he's from the
other side. That I'm thinking about that now. What would make them, even trust somebody that grew up in the exact same hood as Young Dolph, though? Greyface says, if Vato was picked up, it wouldn't initially be for Dolph. Vato had a gun charge too, but we know how the feds work. When they got you, they got you. When they pick you up, you ain't gonna get out tomorrow.
Right.
They don't even mess with you until they know they got you on several things in case something falls through. There is things be falling through. You never get out. Some gonna stick.
Yeah, but think about it. Like it's all gonna come to the light though.
Chat time, I didn't see it. I guess I've been missing comments, so I'm kind of confused. So retype it for me because I've been missing. My thing be moving so fast. I be missing comments, and then I ain't got my glasses on. So what I miss some and I misread some. Greyface says, okay. Emerald says exactly. And Juke gone. They don't trust him. He was cool with Dolph like the rest of them did at a point, but he shot Dolph, so he definitely should have been indicted. Young Dolph didn't testify or something. He didn't implicate him.
But I think if they cut him off, he's good. He's good as gone. He out of here. So if they cut him off, he's good as gone. They're gonna have to. I ain't gonna say that, but
they must have trusted him. They let him see a lot. He did a lot for them.
Yeah, if they cut him off, they're gonna get him gone.
Yeah, they can't afford to cut him off. They can't.
Yes, you can.
If they cut Vato off, that's suicide for them. Even if they turn on him, that's suicide for them.
Now look at knock him down.
Cypress, that's evil.
Hey, dead man, what happened to dead man? You know,
That's evil. They shouldn't kill that man.
all right, well, they should hit him on top of the ball and head. But I think he don't get put in a bad spot because he trying to be cool with the niggas on the other side and knowing what he done, what he was accused of, something like that. I think I do think once they do. Yeah.
They said, I agree at Grayface. If he was picked up, it could be for the previous arrest a few months ago or the MS arrest this year. If I'm not mistaken, he's got to be in court in October on that gun situation. I think it's in October.
Yeah. But then you think they're gonna try to make them call about the dog case?
I'm sure they already been getting questioned about that because he's directly involved. Now, here's another thing. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you all. Greyface says Vato already started talking. According to Keon, he might as well finish. They probably picked him up to save his life. You know the feds be having intel. You right. I didn't think about that. I'm ready to show y'all something. On this video that I did yesterday, I brought this. Hold on. Okay, yeah, here it is right here. Okay. So this was interesting too.
To file criminal charges. Now, McClendon does have a close association with Yo Gotti, rapper Yo Gotti, and I was just reading the LA Times. They actually mentioned Memphis, saying that Shelby County Sheriff's deputies tell them that some recent shootings here in Memphis could be connected to this whole feud between rapper Yo Gotti and rapper Young Dolph. So this is a developing situation, of course, that we are following.
So now the sheriff's office already was investigating some stuff going on with CMG and with Young Dolph, right? Now, when I looked at that yesterday, I was like, wow, that was my first time seeing that, where that young lady said she talked with the sheriff's office and they said that they had already been investigating some recent situations going on between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, some shootings that have been going on. And that was back in like 2017, right? So there was already, in order for the sheriff's office to be investigating it, that means that whatever was going, the shootings that had been going on was going on out in the county.
Right. And the county don't play. Oh no. We shall see, but I'm just stopping through. Hollering at you. I'm about to slide up out of here. Just stopping through, just hollering at you.
So I said that, said, okay, Cypress, thank you for calling in.
Joe.
All right. Shout out to Cypress, but I was ready to say, so that means that, okay, she brought that up when, you know, that situation happened in LA and Vato was directly involved in what had happened in LA, right, with Young Dolph. So she brought to our attention that the sheriff's office says they had been investigating some situations between Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, some shootings that have been going on in Memphis. So, of course, you know, all of that would be linked to what had initially ended the end result as it relates to Young Dolph and probably Big Juke. Okay. I would say Big Juke, except for somebody had told me that what had happened to Big Juke was not linked to what happened to Young Dolph. That's what I was told. It was not linked to what had happened to Young Dolph. So yeah, I believe, yeah, Vato will be getting questioned because there is some, you know, you think about what happened then. I mean, what is going on, for especially starting back from 2016 all the way to 2021, it definitely has all the ingredients of a RICO. It has all of the ingredients of and material for a RICO. I believe that, and they protected him. I believe that. That's why when after that stuff happened, and the interviewer said to Black Youngster, I interviewed Young Dolph, and Young Dolph says that, he don't have no issues with you. He like what you're doing. He said that. Yeah, that's because that makes sense. He was the one that hit him. He was the one that popped him, and it kind of threw him for a loop for the interviewer to say that. Greyface says them heavy camp dudes hit Fizzle. Gotti has to be hemorrhaging money just paying legal fees. Gotti is probably going broke just paying security fees. I'm sure security is about to kill him. Because if he's got professional security, them dudes is probably making them bodyguards professional bodyguards. And he has about 5 or 6 of them around him. Shoot, he could easily be dishing out 100 G's a month. That'll drain anybody's account. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Brandon the White Hitter was out and about not long ago. Greyface's Emeralds fizzle almost a year later. And I know, and I wouldn't say, listen, I like True Results. I'm gonna say this. I know Quit and be looking at this. Quit, y'all leave True Results alone. He ain't did nothing to y'all. Thank you, Antico, for the cash out. And thank you, Snoozy Cake, for sending me the cash app to go get me some perfume. Y'all know my birthday is coming up, so to go get me some perfume for and I'm gonna order it too because I love perfume. Oh my god, I love perfume so much. They said, "Name not our boy Fizzle." Cypress, your folks running. Wow, and you want folks not to be noticing to them. The streets is different. Yeah, thanks for the support, Antico. Thanks, Snoozy K, because she sent me something for my birthday. And the Black Barbie. I appreciate that for my birthday that's coming up. Let's see. He says Bond number 9, Central Park West. When your birthday? You know, I just got you. It's coming up in a few days, and I kind of slipped up and said that because I normally tell people my birthday is in July, but it's actually in the middle of August. George Thompson says, I think the whole back door goes without a doubt, unless they just seen him at the gas station and put together a quick plan and knew they had to move right then. It's coming up in a few days, in about 4 days. Around 4 days. I think my cousin got in the chat the other day and said the exact date of my birthday. I said, ain't this some shit? She done, she done told it. Cousin, your birthday coming up. I tried to delete that comment so fast. She put the exact date the other probably a couple days ago. And y'all know I do that because of the stalkers. They think they know my birthday and they don't. They don't. Mr. People that's been reaching out to me on social media, I kind of been telling them because she kind of put it in there anyways. But then Mr. You see Mr. Parker, when is it Tam? Oh my goodness. The realty says, what you gonna do for your birthday, Auntie? My kids called me, my daughter called me yesterday. I was like, Mom, what you want to do? Because they normally take me like out for my birthday, right? They normally always take me to, we always go to like a different restaurant because my sister's birthday and my birthday are a few days apart. We both August babies. And I told them the restaurant that I wanted to go to. So my youngest daughter called and made reservations because she live for stuff like that. And I'm going to Chicago. In a couple weeks to one of my friends that lives there. She's a party planner, and she's having a Hawaiian themed birthday party. So that's the reasons why I have been, drinking water and doing my soup and salad. But I ain't gonna even lie, I've been having to eat me some chicken. Okay, bake me and grill me some chicken too. Yep, a Hawaiian themed birthday party. So we're gonna go and chill out. I'm gonna go chill out in Chicago for about 4 days and have fun and hang out because I need to, go out of town. Now I was out of town last weekend, but they sent me on a mission out of town, so I was really just working. So I didn't really have time to really do anything else. I went into the stores. I did get the opportunity to say, I ain't gonna tell no story. I went into the grocery store. They had sent me up north, and I went into the grocery store and I saw that their packages of chicken legs and chicken thighs and their fruit and stuff was a lot cheaper. I had gotten me about a lot of it and put it in the refrigerator, the freezer when I got back to the hotel and brought it home. I was like, I got a lot of chicken I could grill because and their turkey chops. Because in the South, the turkey chops went way up to like for 4 turkey chops in the package, it's like $9 and $10 now. Up north, it was like what it used to be in the South, which is like $4 and stuff. I got so many that I could put on the grill packages. Mr. Parker said, kind of crazy. Your chat husband doesn't know when your birthday is. Dub JJ says the Black Barbie 777. Be careful with Fizzle. Listen, Fizzle. It seems like he could get anybody pregnant. Fizzle is what do they call the guys? Is it potent when they agree with every woman? Some people's bodies, you know how they be trying to have babies and they can't. Their bodies don't agree. Fizzle agrees with everybody. I'd be scared of him because he don't shoot no blanks, and I don't think he's trying to. I think Fizzle on them Geritals because they said the Geritol, that's what get the men, you know. The Black Barbie, when you saw him, did you get pregnant? The Black Barbie says, I believe that the backdoor theory came from only the CMF people. I believe so too, the Black Barbie. I believe that people that are has an affiliation with CMG immediately started putting that theory out. And the reason I say that, that was a backdoor is because when they first started putting that theory out, they had their people targeting Key Glock. We know that when young Dolph, people have to go back to the beginning. When young Dolph was first assassinated, we already know, the police already know that there was a target on Key Glock back. They thought, and I keep trying to remind y'all of this, they thought that they was actually going to be able to kill young Dolph and get away with it because Key Glock was the target after that. I keep telling y'all, he was the target. They actually, that's why when people say, how come you don't believe Key Glock was involved? I knew from the very start that they was going to try to take him out too. That's why I know that they was simply trying to dismantle whatever it was that he had built. They know that Key Glock was the one that had been up under him. Folks had started talking about him. He would be the one up next because he was the one up under young Dolph. And there was immediate talk about them trying to take Key Glock out. That's the reason why when I started talking about it more and I started hearing more from credible people, I started screaming on every rooftop. Key Glock didn't do this because they got a target on his back, right? So I guess after they started hearing me screaming and hooping and hollering, talking about what was going on, they immediately then started buying certain vloggers and certain medias and started putting their people. I told y'all, a lot of these people that start pages that say certain things, they work for these record labels, right? And so when they're really radical like that, sometimes they're interns and stuff like that, and they immediately started trying to assassinate his character at that point. They kind of figured out they weren't going to be able to get to him to kill him like they wanted to. So they started trying to assassinate his character to try to kill his career. And that still didn't work. Shit, it seems like Fizzle can give you the Google eye and make you miss your cycle for I'm telling you, if I was the women, I would be scared when Fizzle looked at me, because he probably can get you pregnant just by looking at you. Fizzle probably one of those ones that can get you pregnant just by looking at you wrong. Y'all, he looking at me wrong. I ain't gonna come on next month. Sandos says that every day Gotti wakes up, his stomach hurt. He knows the RICO comment is so sad. He couldn't just leave it, just rap beef instead of thinking the law and order. You didn't stop nothing. Yeah. Oh Lord, Mr. Parker. I shouldn't even brought that up because something going through Mr. Parker's head. I have to watch him. Nola says Key Glock is handsome, just like Dolph was. Aside from talent, that other camp hate the ladies' favorite. Dolph knows now. Key Glock dudes would never admit that. That's so true. Young Dolph was tall and handsome and chocolate. Key Glock is handsome and he's young. He's got the age too. He's got the youth. So, yeah. The same way with my little boy, Jizzle. Kenny Money and them are handsome little dudes. They have the youth also. I think Fizzle says he's about 30 though. Fizzle is either 30 or 31. He's still young though. Me looking at Tam through the iPad like y'all hit the like button for me. We should have over 200 likes, but I know we don't. I know we don't have over 200 likes, but we should have over 200 likes. I knew we didn't. Y'all hit the like button for me. See, I didn't even listen. I ain't even cuss nobody out today or nothing. I think I've done very well. Because y'all know normally I be getting mad and I get to cussing. Oh, Lord. Have y'all been hitting? Y'all hit the like button. We need 25 more likes. We actually need like 27 more likes. I've been on here with you guys for like 3 hours and y'all can't even give me 200 likes. You all make sure you give me like 27 more likes or 28. They sleep. My puppies are sleeping. I'm surprised they stay asleep this long. They are knocked out. They got up early though. They get up early and eat. They sleep around this time, and then they'll get back up at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, because it'd be time for them to eat their lunch. And I gotta feed them before I leave, anyways, because I gotta get out. Yeah, Fizzle has 24 kids and 3 on the way. He said he's about to open a clinic so he can donate his sperm for dudes that can't have any children. Lord Jesus, he gonna run out of names to name them. Ooh, Lord have mercy. He got 24 kids and 3 on the way. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, just gonna have about 1,000 grandkids. He gonna have 1,000 grandkids easy. I hope he let each and every one of his baby's mothers, because he's got Jizzle has the type of popularity where it would be easy for for him himself and for his kids' mothers, especially him, to go and get $1 million policy and put it on himself and donate it, to his kid, not donate it, but will it to his children. Each one of his 24 kids can have $1 million each if something happens to him. I hope that, and whatever his wealth is, I hope he's thinking about it like that, because that's a whole heap of kids. He need 100. They say he need $100 million contract. They said he want 50. He about to get them. Woo! Yes, indeed. He gonna have about 1,000 grandkids. That's a whole heap of kids, as the old people used to say. I love children, but but y'all know back in the olden days, it was easy for a woman to have 21 kids and give birth to all of them. Oh, y'all, I can't imagine giving birth to 21 kids. My great grandmother had 14 girls. She had 14. And all of them lived. My great aunts they all passed away now except for one, to include my grandmother. But it was easy for women back then to have kids. 14, 15, 16 kids. My daddy's mother had 10 children and all of them lived. So, yep, my dad had 9 brothers and sisters. Yep, 9 brothers and sisters. Ashley says, 2 is my max, and that sounds even better. I only had 2, but I wanted to have 6. I wanted to have 3 boys and 3 girls, but I guess God knew what was best. My nerves and stuff is bad, so. But I promise you, I always wanted to have 3 boys, 3 girls, and I wanted to live on a lot of land, and I wanted to grow my own plants. I wanted to grow my own vegetables and all of that, and I have a pond in the back of a lake in the back of my house, but I wanted to live by a lake that got fish in it so I can go fishing and all of that. But my nerves and stuff be so bad. I spoiled my grandbaby and then I sent her home. My grandbaby she is so, oh, I had her one day and I got my puppies a tub, right, that I put them in and bathe them in. And so I had ran some water and put their stuff in it. And my grandbaby was over here. I noticed she had gotten quiet, right? And I had turned my back just for a few minutes. And then I turned back around. She had jumped in their tub. She had jumped in their tub and was splashing in it. And had a fit because I was trying to pull her out of it. I said, oh my God. She gonna have to. I told my daughter, come on. Just come on and get her. And so I got all the kisses I could get because her kisses be so good. And then I put her out the door to my daughter and told her, I'll see you next time. I gave her all her juices and all the little sweet stuff that I be buying her snacks and stuff, and put her out the door. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. Chattown says 54 with 2 sons and a daughter. Yeah, I wish I could have had 6 children. I do. I wish I could have had 3 boys and 3 girls. I really do. I love kids. I think more people, and I'm going to put this into the atmosphere, but only if you are healthy, you got a healthy mind, you're not abusive or anything like that. Okay. I think more people should look into foster children, not just for the money, but for helping children that are like in foster care, that are misplaced and stuff. If you want kids and you have a heart with truly helping kids, if you got the patience and stuff, I think that is a good place to look. Okay. To bring them in, not just so you can get a check every month, but so you can give love and create a healthy environment for those children, because kids didn't ask to be born. Help them, truly help them, because a lot of kids, when they've been in foster care for a long time, they feel like they're unloved. They start to have anger, especially if they're being shifted around a lot. A lot of them are being shifted around because more and more foster parents are getting involved in foster care to put kids in human trafficking. Men are getting involved so that they can get little girls and misuse them. Not you, bitch. If you on here and you know you a damn pedo and you's a damn freak, not you. Okay? But I'm talking about those that truly have a pure heart. I got mad. Something came up then when I started thinking about that. Okay? Look at foster care and helping to create a great environment for those children who have just been thrown into the foster care because of whatever was going on in their home, or their parents didn't want them, and truly love them. Okay. And look at them as your children. Don't look at the little girl as just some child on the street, that's sexy and all of that. You leave your sick ass, leave them damn kids alone. Not you. Because there be a lot of sick folks in my chat that have vlogs, not you. Okay. But I'm talking about those with healthy minds. Okay. Anyways, I just had to put that out there because I think people be forgetting about that. And there's this negative connotation that is connected to fostering children when there are truly people that are out there that could really help to put kids in a great environment. Because if they're children and they've been having issues, I mean, some kids are acting out because they don't feel like they are loved. You know, they put them in these foster homes and stuff, and people are just having kids now just for the money or just because they have some type of fetish for children. I just that's my PSA on that. I just had to put that out there. Okay. We can get back to regular programming. Y'all know I be having a bleeding heart. When I get through cussing folks out, I still be having a bleeding heart. Ashley says, I am open to adoption as well. It's so many kids that need a great home. I wish the system made it less cumbersome to complete the adoption process. I know. Me too. Anyway, y'all, I stayed on here longer than I was supposed to. I got to get off because I got to get out. Y'all, I listen. The conversation got so good. Y'all put me 2 hours behind. I gotta go. I got so many places to go. It don't make no sense. But hey, look, Mr. Parker said I ain't adopted no damn body, so I can raise a child that's predisposed to being a serial killer. Well, that could happen with any child, even with the ones you birthed. But yeah, but I will say this: it is always good now when you get a child to check out the history of if it's available, if you can, of the of whoever gave birth to that child, like the parents of that the biological parents. Check out their, if you can, their history to see if there's a history of mental illness, because mental illness seems to travel. Oftentimes that gene don't miss. So you have to be careful, because see, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I ain't trying to scare nobody. There have been cases where people have adopted kids and they ended up taking out their adopted parents. It ain't often, but when you start looking at the history of their biological family, you see where their grandmama took out they granddaddy, they mama, try to kill they own mama or something like that. Usually it's good to just, but hey, it's good to check out. See, folks are having babies with anybody now anyways, and they ain't trying to do nothing but just get ass. They ain't checking to see what kind of mental history that these folks got going on. And folks are more now giving birth to mentally ill kids. And I don't know how my child crazy. I don't know where to get that from. First of all, bitch, you crazy. Okay, you got a little cuckoo-ness going on. And you went and had a baby with a man who his whole family stayed in the back room. Okay? They had some type of generational mental illness going on. You didn't know nothing about him. He crazy too. And so now the child got it honest. The Alabama Hitter says Chicago that were foster kids. They found out they were fostered at 13 and 14 and crashed out. Oh wow. What Greyface said something. I don't see. He said Greyface said, I missed the comment. I thought he said somebody was arrested. I don't see the comment no more. Mr. Parker says, Lil T, bruh, women in healthcare stay looking good. Get you one, bruh. I promise you'll change your life. I am She Johnson says, Parker, teach that boy something. Oh, he says T.I. was arrested last night. Okay, T.I. was arrested. Has anybody else heard that T.I. was arrested? They said it was mistaken identity. Y'all hit the like button for me. All right, y'all. I gotta run. I already know I'm not gonna get back on today because I stayed on with you all for two, really equivalent to two vlogs today, and then I got a lot of things I gotta do today, and it's 12, so I gotta make the best of because I gotta go to my office and do some stuff. I gotta go to a lawyer's office. I got a whole lot of shit I gotta do. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, if you would like to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. All of the support that you all give this channel, all of you all's opinions are definitely valid and valued. I don't want you all to ever think that I get mad at you when you don't think like I want you to think. You could always put your opinions away. When I know you're trying to push a narrative that comes from another channel, it ain't gonna be tolerated in here. Bashing Young Dolph's family and his artists and stuff, trying to redirect the energy of what really happened to him, it won't be tolerated in this chat, okay? And that's not being mad at you. It's just that I know the narratives that are trying to be pushed, going at his wife and the mother, that's the mother of his children, and trying to, create an energy around her. When I be looking at Mia J's page, I already know that Mia J is going through. It won't be tolerated in here because that makes me just as bad as the people that do it. When I tolerate that energy will not be pushed into my chat. I rebukes it up out of here, okay? But other than that, I ain't really got no issues with nobody, but I do appreciate all of my loyalist people, and I do have a lot of loyal people that rock with me the long way, whether they comment in here or not. They do rock with me the long way. I do appreciate that so much. Okay, I want you guys to know that I love you. Be safe out there today, and watch your surroundings. Okay, stay hydrated because it's hot as hell up out there. It's hot. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.